Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all gender identities, I picked the wrong. This is the one we've been doing,
I
right?
think this is the one we've been doing.
There we go. Pick the consistent scene. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all gender identities, welcome to 0 Hours Played, where Zach thinks he is able to build a space plane.
I think so.
I have my doubts, but let's see if we can make this happen.
There's one thing we should do first, I think, and that is just to generally assess our current location in the whole career mode, because we just successfully completed a very important mission.
We did?
I think we did. Yeah, we did. So you see how we don't have the explored. We landed on the moon successfully. Oh wow. This is okay. This is the one you wanted to do, where you have to land on the moon, and then you have to send a lander down to the moon, and then bring it back and rendezvous, and then come home.
It's a whole Apollo mission.
It's a whole Apollo mission now.
Let's not do that today.
I don't think we're going to do that today, but I wanted to see how we're doing on everything else. So okay, we got this one now. Only 49 days left of that mission.
That's the scan the everything for 60 days or whatever.
Scan everything for 60 days. Yeah. This one, which is we just need to like spend a tiny bit of effort trying to do this. We had a bug last time, which was it wasn't accepting the mystery goo, so I guess we need to send a signet up. Biome scan of Minimus is progressing still. That one we need to wait for the moon to, because it rotates very slowly, right? In relation to Kerbin, I think so again we need to wait because it just needs to. We currently can't get a signal to the Kerbin that is stranded on the moon. If you want to go see how he's doing.
What is this mission to do?
That mission is to take the signal, take science from the moon, which we have science on the moon, and return it, transmit it to Kerbin.
Oh, you landed on the dark side of the moon.
Yes.
The dark side of the moon does not rotate to face Kerbin, unless the moon on Kerbin is not tidally locked, like the moon on Earth is tidally locked.
Okay, so we have this nice lander here. It has one huge problem, which is on landing it tipped over, which is an issue. But mostly the engine
destroyed the rocket and landed on the dark side of the moon.
And landed on the dark side of the moon. So all in all, a very successful mission.
If we want to get the science back from that, because I believe we can build relay satellites.
Does this one work as a relay satellite?
I don't know if we built a relay satellite.
Yeah,
I know one could build relay satellites.
We can build relay satellites. We have that.
And it would probably have to be a bigger orbit,
like here-ish.
You'd want it to be a. Yes, the lander landed successfully.
Hey, look, it's on the ground. It's not exploded. That's landed. That's as landed.
What you would need for a relay station is a point where this could see the satellite at the same time Kerbin could see the satellite.
Oh, so like out here, maybe even.
Yes, it would have to be a very wide orbit.
Wow, that's a thing.
That's a thing we could conceivably do.
Yeah, we have big dishes which I think act as relays.
I'm almost positive relay satellites are totally a thing that you can do. That's why it shows you the line to the closest relay point. Now, relay satellites are not space planes.
They're not. But I want to build a space plane.
That's what you said, and that's what we put in the description. And now we're in the space plane hangar.
Actually, wait. I want to check and see where we are
in the tech tree.
In the tech tree, yes. Because, for example, advanced, heavy. Aha. This is okay. So this is where we get things like
cargo bays.
It's the space shuttle cockpit and cargo bays. All these cargo bays. There's a cargo ramp.
We'll get that stuff later, because the first thing we need a space plane for, as you said, all we need to do is go to the desert, and then we get like 100
Pretty
science.
much, and this is the grabbing unit. Okay, so the grabbing unit would only cost 160 science.
Still, we're talking like 500 science to make a space shuttle. So we need to go to like the desert and the swamp and the island, and...
So I want to look at what we built last week.
What we built last week was not good.
It was not good, but I want to see what it was and maybe see if I can figure out what some of the things we did wrong were. Okay, so one of the things I learned I mean, this plane is a perfect example of this.
Okay.
Is that in order to take off, you need to be able to, on the runway, tilt your plane backwards. This plane...
This makes sense.
...will never tilt backwards.
True.
So, that's why this one went all straight as an arrow, all the way to the end of the runway, and then fell into the ocean. It was great at doing that.
Sometimes you hit a bump and get some airtime.
Sometimes I hit a bump and got some airtime. But yeah, this is a bad plane. So, I think we're gonna do the inline cockpit because it's just way cooler looking.
Okay. I mean, we don't need to take many Kerbins places.
So no, we don't.
That's fine.
I mean, this one only takes one also. So.
True.
We could also put a nice big air intake at the front if we wanted to.
All right.
Or a nose cone. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's looking like a very, very stunted fighter jet already.
It's a science fighter jet. That's what it is. So we need... Okay. What is the engine we were using? It's this one. The Weasley. Okay.
I believe so.
So this one... Okay, yes. I thought we were using a different one, which I was told was a jet... not a jet engine. A rocket engine, even though it looks like a jet engine, but it...
We don't really care if it's a rocket plane or a jet plane or a rocket jet plane or, you know...
Fuel tanks.
I was just saying you don't want scramjets on it because...
We don't.
You already need to be going hypersonic for those to work.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a Mustang? Maybe?
A Mustang. Interesting.
I guess the engine does kind of look like... sort of like the end of a Mustang.
So we're going to start here.
All right. It looks more like a submarine than a plane right now.
Yeah, we need to build the important bit, which is the wings and stuff.
Okay.
So, like, no one talks about how much wing you need to lift. No, like, I watched several videos about tutorial. Like, no one mentions that as a concern at all. So okay, we need to know our center of mass and our center of lift.
Yeah, you're not thinking of a Mustang. You're thinking of like Cadillac from the '60s with the big boat tails. That does kind of look like the rear lighting goofiness of a mid '60s vehicle, perhaps.
Look at this advanced tactic I've learned.
Oh wow!
You can change things by 5 degrees at a time by holding shift.
That's totally cheating.
And I wanted to of those. There we go.
All right.
So, actually, wait. I shouldn't have rotated them yet, but I can also do this. Should work eventually if I can figure this out.
Just hitting keys enough; those will eventually go where you want them to.
They should.
Maybe move the mouse around too.
There we go.
Oh. Hey, Malthus! Thank you for the cheer.
Thank you, Malthus.
Apparently, front engine intakes only work for single-engine planes.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess
we're currently a single-engine plane, so that's fine. So,
I guess it all depends on kind of, you know, how much air they intake and how much air your engines use. That's what I would imagine.
So the advanced tactic I learned for taking off is you put winglets on the front of your plane.
Okay.
So it lifts up the front of your plane, which lets you, you know, get lift to
and then,
leave the runway.
The whole plane lifts up
the whole
after
plane
that?
lifts, yes.
All right.
We also want to move our wings back slightly.
Republicans call that picking yourself up from your own bootstraps.
I believe that is the plain equivalent of that. So theoretically, this thing should fly as is. Theoretically.
I don't think it will.
Okay. Well, we're...
No, for a very important reason. Skidding down the runway will take too much speed.
Okay. I'm putting wheels on it right now. That's the next step. That's not a good wheel.
He says I would not do the front. I think he means canard.
Yeah, they're canards. That's the snap. Why would you not do the front canards?
And Total Warrior says the wing configuration at the back is, I don't know.
I could add just one tail fin. That might be better.
Wonder if you could place wheels all 360 degrees, that if it rolls, it keeps going.
I see where
I've seen that done.
Does it work?
It depends on what you mean by work.
Okay.
I think, one major bit about flipping upside down is that all those angles you've picked out for your wings being better for flight are themselves reversed. Which you said makes it worse for flight.
It does.
This thing definitely looks real stubby, but
it's real stubby. It's also the first test.
Right. This is
the front canards may make it unstable in flight, but we have this problem of not taking off. Like, look, we're gliding.
You blew your engine off.
I blew the engine off. Hard. But yeah, like that almost works.
I'm gonna say that worked a lot better than our previously most successful plane.
What should I do to avoid that? Probably just.
I'm gonna make a couple of suggestions.
Okay.
You could make it longer.
Yeah, I could make it longer.
I think that would definitely help.
Smaller. That's a good suggestion. Smaller winglets for the front. I'm not sure if we have that option.
And I would put them slightly further back because what the effect of those, both because they're too strong and too close to the front, was to just
yank it up.
Yank it straight up, which you want more like of a gradual thing. Also, just to remind you, you said you could hit the caps lock key to slow down your controls.
Slow down my controls, yes.
Yeah, very violent takeoff.
0.5, 0.65, 0.3. Okay, these are smaller, so we're going to put those in front. I believe these have control surfaces. I'm going to make sure on that. No, they don't. Okay. I guess we're stuck with these then.
A little, yeah. That's further back than they were before. It'll probably help. Malthus is suggesting putting the wheels further back as well.
Sure. We can do that. It's easy. Move them all the way to the back. Actually, yeah, we want that because the plane's going to tilt on that point.
Axis of rotation.
Yes. Okay.
And you may actually want them to be closer together because if you realize that it's going to tilt on that axis of rotation, you need that to clear the whole engine.
Okay.
I think that'll work.
We can move them down slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be unstable now, but...
Well...
Total
change
Warrior,
one thing.
That's what you would do if you wanted to know how this works. We're trying to make an entertaining stream.
Mm-hmm.
We change all of the things.
All the parameters
and then
constantly.
it explodes.
And then it explodes, yes. So now we're facing the correct way to face a plane, which is downwards.
Yeah. Bite into the air.
Caps lock. Whoop. Well, huh.
So I think you put the wheels too close together now.
That would be the problem, yeah.
They need to be a little closer together, but not that close.
Go back to the hangar. Total Warrior's already wrong.
Oh, I know. I see what happened. Yeah, your wheels are pointed inwards. You don't want that.
Okay, yeah, that should help.
Yeah. I think that'll work.
I saw some people put wheels on planes just like any old way, and it seemed to work just fine, but let's just eliminate all the possibilities of wrongness.
Well, you were tilting side to side.
Yeah.
That was because you didn't have a wide enough tripod base, I think.
Get a little speed.
See how you're going straight now? It's... That looked like you didn't have enough lift.
It did look like I didn't have enough lift. Or enough speed, or some combination of the two. I'm going to move these down.
Mick McKee is suggesting leveling off the canards if you're going to have them.
Oh, yeah. Let's make those level. The wings are tilted very slightly up. Okay. How's our center of mass and center of lift? It's about where we want it to be.
Middle.
Well, we want this one to be slightly behind that one.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to try one thing. I'm going to try making it... I'm going to make our wings lower. I'm going to turn off snapping. I'm going to try making our wings lower. Which might make it more stable. That way it's not like center of mass isn't above center of lift.
Wheels are too far back, making it harder to lift the front. Yeah, that could be.
The front lifted. It just, like, didn't take off.
Yeah, the front did not lift that.
Okay. I'm going to make the wheels... I'm going to try lowering them, or raising them, so we're less tilted forward.
If you both raise the wheels and bring them forward, you're going to have the same problem of blowing the engine off. So I would leave the wheels where they are and just bring them forward a bit. Hey guys, I got this. Wings at the front to add more takeoff. Or add more lift for takeoff.
It doesn't take off? I thought I had it.
It worked at first, and then, I don't know,
Then we broke it.
We improved it too much.
We're good at improving rockets until they cease to function. So why not planes? It feels like it doesn't have enough lift or thrust or something.
It should have plenty of thrust. You were going in
60?
plenty fast.
Okay, so...
Maybe you do need to have them all the way at the front like you thought. That seemed to it looked a little unstable to me, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, they're definitely not the most stability-enhancing feature. That's for sure.
They're not, no. Well, also, you don't have that impressive a thrust-to-weight ratio.
We don't. We could put more engines on it. Also, just put more wing on it, too. Here, I'm going to put more wing on it.
When in doubt, the answer is a whole other set of wings?
I'm gonna do them like... Nope.
Some kind of crazy moth fighter that you're building. Wheels for the wings.
Wing wheels? We could put the... Okay. I want them to be the opposite of that way. There's a button which inverts, but I don't remember what it is. Well, this is going great.
Yeah, learning this,
there we go.
Learning those key commands definitely paid off for you. Yeah, this is some kind of crazy moth fighter.
What's a moth fighter?
It's a moth. It's a jet fighter.
Oh, it's a moth, but it's a jet fighter? Okay, yeah. Total Warrior likes the wings.
Let's see what this one does, I guess.
It's got more lift, in theory. I wonder what the optimal takeoff speed is.
I think that's going to depend a lot on your plane.
I would imagine so. This one just took right off, though.
Okay. What do you know?
It's not.
Total Warrior was reacting to that being nice before it even took off, so you finally called this one.
Nice. Okay, well, it's not completely unstable, which is nice. It's like not the best thing.
You seem to be flying this just fine. Can you go directions other than the ocean?
Let's try.
That was the big problem with our other plane.
I've successfully turned around.
All right.
Should we come in for a landing? Cut the engine.
Oh, right. You didn't put any science on this. Typically, you don't just cut the engines out. and then decide to land. But you know, what do I know?
We're still going real fast.
Yeah.
Oop. Don't want to do that one.
Right, these engines only go 100% on or 100% off, apparently. Did you want a runway or no? No.
No. Runway might be smart, but
we're gonna have to land this in the desert anyway, so you might as well test it now.
Yep, that went well.
Successful landing.
Like, I know this is the right way to do the wheels, but
here's a suggestion.
So tempting to put.
What other landing devices do we have? Like wheels and legs and things.
We have these.
Those are tiny.
Those are tinier.
Huh.
And we have these, which are, are not the right thing at all.
Yeah.
Do we have air brakes? Like, it's unnecessary and stupid, but it would help maybe. I don't think we do though.
Aren't those just control surfaces?
Sorta. I mean, there's specifically ones that like flare way out and. You know what? I want to do this because I think it'll give me more control.
Okay.
Yeah, should we just try doing a science mission now?
Well, you should put some science on it first.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Yes, obviously. Let's give it some thermometers. Some barometers.
Turn on snapping, please.
Oh, sorry.
They're all nicely in a line. Isn't that better?
It's way better. You're right. I think we need a mystery goo container or two.
Will putting mystery goo on the wings affect the operation of the wings?
You know, it might. We can put them wherever we want.
You can put them on the bottom of the wings.
Sure, little payloads.
Mm-hmm. We'll bomb you with some mystery goo.
There we go. Got some mystery goo payloads.
Tullivar and I had the same idea.
Wait, let's copy these. Why are these?
They'd rather hang out in the wings. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna lower them down so they're at least similar.
Apparently you're not.
Apparently I'm not. It's closer.
All right. I'll buy it.
See, I don't think we don't want any of the big space science because we're not going to space. Put a flight computer and thingamajig on it. Probably.
Those are things that help, right?
They give us numbers. They give us, like...
Numbers are good. That's your little R2-D2 in the back.
Yep, my R2-D2. Okay. Are we way too heavy now?
I don't know how far away the desert is, but you'll probably get to it.
Should probably look at a map, shouldn't we? I don't think we want anything else. I think we're good on everything else. Well, I guess she's going, I guess.
I have a stupid idea.
What's your stupid idea?
More than 3 wheels.
Okay, so I was thinking the same thing. Where would you put the actual? You would put 2 in the front instead of 1 in the front? No,
I would put an additional 2 near to the tips of the wings.
So you're saying like out here?
Something like except that? Carefully adjusted so that they would hit the ground at the same time.
Okay, so these are going to need to.
You need to rotate a little bit and then come down.
Not snap them, unfortunately. That looks about
out
right.
There, yeah.
I wish I could draw an arbitrary line. That would be nice.
Just take it to the runway and see what they do.
They're a little high, but
yeah, they're a little high, but this will prevent like flipping.
Yes,
hopefully.
It'll prevent flipping. It also might help if I land slightly kilter. It'll bounce me the right way. Yeah, they're a little off the runway, but
I think they'll help.
I'm curious what this is about. The bouncing?
The whole thing bounces a little bit. You got shocks in your shocks. Oh, we forgot to check where the desert was. Also, look where you're going.
Nah, I think it's fine.
That's what the extra wheels are for.
Don't revert the flight distance?
No, I'm saying that's what the extra wheels are for. Contingency.
Let's see which way the desert is. Lost wheel? Yeah. Okay. This is the map. We don't care about the moon right now. We want Kerbin. We want biomap of Kerbin.
Green in this case means water, right?
I'm guessing green means water, yes, based on. So I think we want to go here. I think that's the desert.
And we are
here.
Okay. We can probably do that.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty close. We could even try to find out what that anomaly is if we really wanted to.
And then go to the poles maybe, but we won't have nearly enough fuel for that.
Can we put a marker? No, I don't think we can. Okay. Oh, you want to fly to the pole? Right, because we have to deal with pole science.
I'm just saying, I don't think this thing can fly to the desert and to the poles.
I don't think so.
Certainly not in one trip.
We could build a bigger plane, perhaps.
Oh, nice. You took off without losing anything.
That's how you want to do it.
Most of the time.
I've heard that's like how the pros fly planes.
That's not the Kerbal way.
You know what? I'm gonna turn that off. That might help.
Don't want to have a reaction wheel?
Well, it's like yanking the plane around, which isn't necessarily how you want a plane to go.
It's a pretty small plane.
It's become easier to fly now that I turned that off, actually. So.
All right.
Whoop.
You'll probably also want to turn the throttle down slightly.
Oh, because we're gonna go supersonic real quick here.
Yeah, you don't want to go supersonic in this thing, I don't think. 200 meters a second ought to be plenty, especially if you're flying it, like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've left Kerbin behind.
You're also falling. You're losing altitude pretty fast.
What's
Skynet Solar says there's 4 people watching this in our room. Each one is utterly anxious about this plane.
Let's lower our speed a little bit more. We've picked up a lot.
Yeah, you lost like 2,000 meters in altitude pretty quickly there.
What is the? I should have checked that. So jet engines have an optimum altitude,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know what ours is.
Higher than this.
Does it say?
I don't see it. It says that, but
let's go higher. Trying to pull up gently. I have the gentle control set. The whole concept of gentleness seems to be lost on Kerbal Space Program, which is, I mean,
yeah,
I respect that.
I did see that button. I was kind of tempted to.
Which button?
The reverse thrust button.
Oh. That would be amusing. For a few seconds. Let's see if there's any science that needs to get done. Nope.
So the thing with this is it seems to be just incredibly unstable if it's doing anything other than level flight. Right?
Yeah. I mean, so, like, a properly built plane, if you turn it like that, will just right itself perfectly. This thing does not do that. But it flies, which is, like, so much better than anything we've designed before.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what this would look like with, like,
it kind of wants to be
8 times more engines.
8 times more engines? I mean, I kind of expected us to go right for that rather than just... But...
What do you mean expected? You're the one who
yeah,
was doing it.
I'm No one said, hey, put more engines on it. That's all I'm saying.
Are we going in the right direction? We think so.
I mean, it's there. Maybe we
Are you brave enough to fly with some acceleration on?
I don't know if we can.
I believe you can.
Okay. Aha.
You're also losing altitude very fast.
Whoop. Whoop. I think we might need to redesign this plane.
Why do you think that?
Because, like, if it flew level, I could just leave it and be fine. But it wants to gently crash into the ground as hard as it possibly can.
It's doing it much faster now.
Yeah.
Do you genuinely think you can build a better plane than this?
I think we can build a much bigger plane than this.
Yeah, but will it fly?
I don't see why not.
All right, let's spruce goose it up then.
Yeah, so
you're crashing into that.
I'm crashing. Okay.
I don't think there's any avoiding it at this point.
So we need some more.
The first thing I'm insisting on
is more engines.
Is at least 4 engines, preferably 6, 8 if you got them.
Okay. Okay, so
I wouldn't listen to me on putting 8 engines on a plane.
I think 4, perhaps 3 or 5, maybe. It's not insane.
At least 4.
At least 4?
At least
okay.
4 or
calling 4 minimum or you walk. Great. So that means we're going to need some more wing.
More wing,
to
more
house
fuel.
More fuel? Well,
I would say you need at least 4 times more fuel because you want the plane to run for an hour if you want it to get anywhere and then back.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, let's just take all this off right here. We can leave that bit on for now.
Maybe.
You know, the benefit of a plane being much bigger is that these are going to be much more reasonable. It's a huge benefit.
All right. So my suggestion is not crazy.
It's not.
That does not look like nearly enough weight.
No, it doesn't. I agree. Like that's why I removed it. I need to turn on snapping. That's really important here.
You definitely need more fuel though.
Well, the plan is I'm going to put big fuel tanks and attach engines to them. But they're going to be on the wings, probably. Yeah. So
I just think the plane should be at least 1 fuel tank longer.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's start there. That's a good place to start. Fuel tank. 1 fuel tank longer.
Because the plane that we had built was already a little bit short, and we're talking about making it 4 times more powerful and wanting it to be stable.
True. Okay, let's turn on our center of mass and center of lift.
Why is your center of...
Because we have no thrusts, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's decided that that's where...
Oh, it's at the origin point. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Usually it just doesn't show up, but...
Usually you don't see the ground directly below what you're building in the rocket hangar, I guess.
Oh. There we go. I want to do the same thing we did before, because it looks cool, mostly. Except for that part. That part looks less cool, but...
It looks like those would actually fit that way if you extended them out a little bit further.
Okay. Let's go. Oops. Lost the angle there. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. So let's put a big...
It looked like they were further out before. Are they now embedded?
Yeah, okay, because oh, they're embedded. They're way embedded. Wow.
What the hell, man?
Because I changed what they were attached to, because I accidentally attached them to the wings, and I didn't mean to do that. So let's see. Let's put some of this, and we're going to want... I guess we're going to put a lot of big air intakes on this plane. It's the thing to keep in mind is that we need to have enough air intakes to fly the thing.
Yes.
With all the engines.
Yes.
Okay. That should probably just do 2 here. Get stupid. We're Kerbal Space Programming this plane. Okay, I want you to attach. There we go.
If you want to get really crazy, try doing VTOL on this plane.
VTOL? How could we possibly do How could we possibly accomplish VTOL?
Just point some engines down.
Just have permanent, like, down engines?
2 sets of engines.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if you want to put engines on the tips of the wings like that.
I was going to move them.
Okay.
But where would you suggest putting our second set of engines?
I don't know. We don't have quite as much plane as I was hoping for.
We could put more wing. How much more plane were you hoping for?
I don't know.
See, I was imagining them somewhat like that.
Okay, so you're going to have 5 then.
This doesn't have to have an engine on it.
It's got an air intake on the front.
It does. But it doesn't need an engine.
All right.
You said 4.
I said 4 minimum.
Yeah, 4 minimum.
Total Warrior says, this looks like a fast plane. It should easily go supersonic at, 50% thrust.
It should, yeah.
Or explode on the runway.
Or both. I want, yes, engine and then... No, I put the engine. I want air intake. That's what I want.
Do the wings transfer fuel? I guess they must, right?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, we can put fuel lines just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure they do.
All
Here,
right, well,
let's do a very simple test. We're going to lower all that. Lower all that. And lower all that. Okay, and then... If the engines don't fire, that means no fuel is transferred. If they do, it means fuel is transferred.
All right. I suppose that makes sense.
Yep, it works. See, these are empty. Fuel's being drained from that tank.
Cool. Nice emergency ejection.
Should we give him like a little emergency ejection?
No.
Okay. So I think we need more wing if at all possible.
And some sort of tail and also
Oh, yes,
wheels.
tails, wheels. These are important.
Science.
Future features. We have some science. We can definitely add
Oh, right,
way
we do
more
have
science to this thing than the last one. I kind of want to go like further back on the wings too, maybe. Actually, let's check our mass and
I am
lift
slightly
and-
concerned that this only burns for 21 minutes now, but I think...
That's at max thrust.
Yeah, no, at max thrust you'll be...
At minimum thrust, we're going to be going too fast.
There's no such thing as minimum thrust.
I could put an extra fuel tank. Actually,
No, it'll be fine, unless you want to make it longer, because that would be the easiest way to add more wing.
What we do want to do is move our wings back. Our wings are very heavy.
Well, they have all the fuel and engines on them.
Okay, so these look cool, but maybe we should remove them. It's possible.
I don't know, that helped the last plane.
It did. Let's see, what could we... Well, we could do like...
Alright.
Also...
That's stranger, but okay.
How should this be done?
You're the one who claimed to know what he was doing.
I claimed to know what I was doing. It's very true. We need to bring our center... I guess I should just lose those and then put something else.
Talk with your words to explain what you're trying to do.
The problem here is, as you can see, that is in front of the center of lift is in front of the center of thrust, which is bad. It means our plane is unstable and will fall out of the sky.
You're not going to change that by moving the wing.
If I move the wing forward, I can put more wing behind the wing to move the whole thing back.
Oh, yeah.
So I can extend the wings.
Sure, do it that way.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest that you could move the engines relative to the wing, but
I mean, I could do that. That would make some
wing.
sense.
No, leave them where they were and add more wing.
I think we want more wing anyway. We want more lift.
We need way more wing for this, I think.
Like, that was almost enough by itself. But we're also going to put, I don't know, what wing piece would actually go here. That one.
I mean, that looks awful weird, but okay.
I could change this wing out.
No, do whatever you want.
Yeah, I agree, it looks awful.
Being like 80% wing is kind of what you want in a plane. So.
Yeah, I mean...
This is getting much more to what I would say an appropriate wing mass is.
Okay.
If you...
We're going to change it around a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I know you're not in aesthetics mode yet, but somebody should be. Let's see. That doesn't fit. Why are these wing pieces
what about,
fit bad?
This piece? Is
that piece?
That's a tail fin.
That claims to be a tail fin. Maybe we should put that on the tails. Screw these winglet things.
I thought that might be a triangular wing connector.
How
wrong I was.
How naive you were. Just put an engine there and cover it all up. These need to go away, though. Except for, like, the Z fighting, everything looks okay.
Yeah.
I also put a proper tail on it, because we're not using that.
You got to move those, the smaller of the two engines a little further back, because it looks weird. Or down.
Actually, probably better. Should I move the big ones back, too?
I mean, that'll help with your whole wanting to have the... Actually, no, that's not going to help with your whole wanting to have the center of thrust where you want it to be. I think this is fine.
I think this is fine. Now it needs some wheels.
Probably a bunch.
Probably a lot of wheels. What is total orders?
I like how Kris is advising how to make this work.
Okay.
I'm trying to help.
Let's put some wheels on these bits.
Wheels on the engines.
I could put them on the wings, maybe, but the engine's lower.
They seem to like the engine better, so...
Would it be weird to put wheels, like, on that side of the engine?
That seems like a good idea, actually.
Those need to be...
rotated around 180 of all of the degrees.
Well,
that didn't work, right?
There, now they're back. Okay. Let's go...
Yeah, Total Warrior points out the wheels are all facing the wrong way.
I'm aware... Oh, those are... No, those are facing... These are right.
Those are right.
These are wrong. These are super duper wrong.
It's not snapping the right direction because traditionally you don't put something on this side.
Yeah. That's closer. I can just rotate that. I'll rotate that the other way because it'll be faster. Where else would we want wheels? We want a wheel at the front.
On the front.
Man, I wish we had better wheels, but...
Maybe. That's two. So if you're going to put two...
That's two? Damn it, it is two.
I think that would be fine.
Just like that and then rotate them a little bit?
Yeah. Right? Why wouldn't that work?
That should work. Give more stability there.
Because this thing is going to want to, like... What? That might have worked, Total Warrior says. What might have worked?
The double wheels, I think, probably.
I mean, the double wheels probably would have worked, but if you're going to put two wheels on, they should be in different spots. Like, no, that's...
Oh, okay. No. Okay, in the tab over there, there's a button. There's Kerbal Space Program keybind. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. One of these says invert. So if you scroll up a little bit, there's the button which is... Okay, not invert. What is the other way to say that?
Flip?
Flip? It's in the black section.
Cycle symmetry settings, forwarded backwards. Toggle angle snap. Rotate part backwards, forwards, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise.
Okay. I thought there was a flip. Maybe
reset part rotation. Toggle symmetry between vessel or parent part.
Maybe that'll help.
F.
Well, that doesn't help.
Wait,
I got it. I got it somehow by just hitting buttons enough times. Okay, you were saying something about these wheels in the front then? You wanted me to put them in different spots?
No. You had put two in the perfect center. They were Z fighting, and I said if you're gonna have two, you should have them like that.
Yeah. Okay, let's move these back so they're like more in line with each other. That could only help.
Okay, Total Warrior says the set of wheels on the engines. Then you would have had another set for the fuselage, or do you?
I mean, maybe.
I kind of like the wheels just on the engines like this. I don't think you need them on the fuselage too.
The real question I have here is, should I rotate these wings slightly up?
Try it without, and then only if you have to, because that
right
messes up all your wheel geometry.
It does, wheel geometry, everything. Yeah. So, let's launch. This is not yet orbital capable. But
no, we can easily... can't get out of the atmosphere, it needs oxygen.
We could easily modify this to be orbital capable. We would just replace these fuselages with rocket fuel, and then put a rocket engine here, and it should work in theory.
In theory.
If this works.
Total Warrior says you really don't have much wing.
We forgot a very important thing. I know why the...
What did flight control services?
No, remember how I emptied the tanks?
Oh yeah, you might want to put the fuel back in.
Our flight time should go up significantly as well.
Oh yeah, it does go up a little
There we go. Now we have
Are they in on the other side too? Just double check. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Hour and 4 minutes now.
Oh, control surfaces. Yes, you caught that one too. That's a good one.
I wasn't sure if you did that on purpose or
I did not.
But... Wouldn't it be a good idea to have those nearer to the tips of the wings?
I can put them... let me get them in the right orientation. Okay, finally. So put them here? Yeah. I'll also put multiple, like...
Well, just because you want to be lifting from the outside, not from the inside, I would think, right?
You know, you're probably right. Let's just leave them there then.
I don't actually know how airplanes work.
You speak with authority though, so well.
Yeah, well, if I'm talking about science, I can just talk about science, man. Like, it all works on the same principles.
Okay. I do not want
prediction. That tail is not going to survive.
You were correct.
Oh. On a scale of the first one to the last one, how is this plane?
Let's like test the in-flight stability a little bit by trying to go
crashing into the ocean.
By crashing into the ocean. See what it does. That's more stable than the last one.
Yeah.
That was me removing my hands from the controls for a second. So now we want to well, turning is more of an issue. But it's probably because I lost most of the...
part of your control surfaces for that, yeah.
But hey, we're doing a lot better than we were.
True. We've,
I'm gonna try
the ocean by choice.
I'm going to try landing it.
I would suggest
pulling up,
landing on land, not in the sea. This thing is not designed for sea landing. What did you do?
I turned off the reaction wheel. It makes it fly better.
Runway's that way.
I'm aware of where the runway is.
Okay.
I know. Trying to get the plane to go not into the ocean, towards land. Okay. We're not going to actually go for the runway because it's perfectly flat here. But I'm going to try.
You're going way too fast to land.
We're going way too fast.
This is much slower. 170 is way too fast to land. 130 is too, but...
It's a lot slower.
A lot slower.
We might have to, come around again. We might need more control surfaces.
Okay, now you're just stalling.
Whoops.
You could probably land this if you
No,
were...
no.
Nope, now you can't.
No, I can't.
If you thrust it up, you could.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because you just...
I stalled
to slow down the plane, you stalled it. That's
okay,
not...
so that's a cool idea, but it's not part of our plane.
If you wanted it to be part of our plane, you'd have to move the wheels forward. No, backwards.
Yes.
Yeah,
but this is easier.
Alright, well, put a rocket engine there then.
Okay, sure.
Or just a normal engine.
Just a normal? Sure, why not? This thing doesn't have enough engine as it is.
It didn't quite have too much thrust. Like, that was not the problem you were having with it, was it?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll put an engine on there. Doink. That's... Oh, okay, that's why. Now you don't want to go back where you were? Of course not. I'm never gonna, like, brain understand this. Now I've got it backwards. Why does it... Okay.
Never gonna brain understand this.
You know what I mean. I've never, like, internalized how the hell this works.
I figured that's kind of what you meant.
Finally got it. Should I put one more, or is that just overkill?
Where?
Here? Now we have a lot more control surfaces. We have more thrust, just in case we needed it.
You can never have too much thrust.
Yeah.
We proved it. We had trouble crashing into the sun, remember?
Right. Yeah, we didn't actually, it was... We wanted more. More thrust would have made... What?
Did you put something on backwards?
No, I forgot a piece.
What did you forget?
Look at our tail fins here. There's a slight discrepancy.
No wonder it still looked a little bit off center.
Okay.
Alright. And you're not going to have one on the center engine?
Sure, why not? Maximum turning. Are there, like, planes that have them, like, lay on the wingtips? It looks really cool.
They told us we needed to put tail fins on our plane.
So we put tail fins on our plane. 5 engines.
Now, I guess all the good rocket builders have left now that we're building things like this.
That's too bad. I lost the runway, but...
That takes off in a hurry.
It's gonna do everything in a hurry.
Fly to the damn desert already.
We have to turn around first.
You should have thought about that when you put the thing on the runway.
I wish you could take off from the other side of the runway. That'd be real nice.
I wonder how high in the atmosphere these engines work.
We didn't check that. We should check that. Okay, now we're heading much more the right direction.
Yeah, you're 50% throttle and you're not even supersonic at all.
I haven't burnt off all of my speed by turning around.
True.
Let's get some height. We can watch the engine to see, like, which way the thrust is going.
Making less or more thrust.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stall it.
Yeah, I'm going too much up.
I mean, you're still plenty low in the atmosphere. They seem to be, if anything, making it a little bit higher.
It doesn't fly well.
This flies like almost every plane I've ever seen in Kerbal Space Program.
I wonder how much of it is just like, I have no idea how to fly a plane.
There's gonna be some of that, yes.
We're losing thrust.
Yeah, as you go lower, you lose a little bit of thrust.
Have I gone lower?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's try accelerating.
You have your caps lock on?
I have caps lock on. Why does it want to go...
I don't know.
That
It wants to
way.
be awful sideways.
No, it also wants to go right.
Wind?
Maybe. Is there wind in Kerbal Space Program?
I don't know.
Now I don't know what it's doing. Now it's falling out of the sky really quick. Come on. It couldn't be...
You want to pull up a little bit and level your wings.
I'm trying to level the wings mostly. And they're not.
There you go.
Come on. Did I turn off this?
Alright, you're stable again.
Okay. Still going the wrong way. Let's try a gentle bank.
Well, maybe we'll get somewhere we need to get science from. Or is the whole planet just grasslands?
We're in Highlands over now, right now.
No, we have even less science to do in the Highlands. We've already crashed into a mountain.
If we were flying high, maybe it would be better, but...
You only need to be a little higher to get high. Oh yeah, it is going down when you get higher, I think.
Okay, so it's... Because we're almost in the upper atmosphere.
Yeah, these are low atmosphere engines, but... They're only like 10% low, so...
I can thrust up. Here, you want to see... There we go. Temperature overlay. And...
Screenshot.
But I also activated something else.
Aerodynamic forces overlay.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Whoop! That's cool. I'm not sure if this tells me anything, but it's interesting. Sorry about all the screenshots.
You don't have to apologize to me for the screenshots. Actually, no one on chat is even seeing that. I'm blocking them.
Oh,
with my body.
They're hearing the noise though. This is
some weather.
We're experiencing weather here. Do we have any science to do?
Okay, now you're getting nice and supersonic.
Whew!
Uh-oh! There go your engines. And most of your wings and control surfaces.
I didn't realize it had an ejection key. Like we still have an engine actually, which I'm gonna cut mostly.
I don't think you can land this.
You don't think I can land this?
I do not. You blew off all but two of your wheels.
All but one of the engine.
All but one of the engines and all but one of your control surfaces.
Oh yeah, that's... No,
oh, no, you do have the ones on the wings.
arrows.
Okay. I still don't think you can land this.
So don't try to pilot it under acceleration. It's a bad plan.
No, piloting under acceleration is fine. What you should not do is try and do a flip supersonic.
I guess that's more accurate, yeah.
You're going at 500 meters a second, and you turned the plane upside down. Well, to the wind.
Mm-hmm.
More to the point. We could potentially also engineer it such that the engines are, like, attached better.
Yeah, that probably would help.
There's no way you're going to land this. It's going to be a giant fireball the second you're even vaguely close to the ground.
But what if I can actually manage it? It still wants to go down, like... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tilt the wings forward. So they're going to be like...
Yeah, get the wings on a compound angulation. That'll probably help.
The problem I'm seeing here is that by the time
the ground is approaching way faster than you're slowing down.
Yes, that's the real issue.
Well, the ground's going away a little bit, but
we're not slowing down much.
Guarantee you hit that ridge.
Yeah,
you could throttle up and like look
skip
for
the ridge.
Look for better places.
I was hoping I could slow down enough to like land in this valley, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but all the trees.
I don't know where we're going to go where there's not trees.
You could keep flying for like 6 hours.
That's true, we could. Does it fly better now without all the other bits? No, it still wants to nose down, okay.
Maybe you still are going to hit... No, you're going to just clear that ridge, alright.
I'm going way too fast again. I wish I could, like, say, I want to nozzle up, not hold it up.
I don't know what you mean.
I want, like, you know how you pull back on the stick slightly?
Uh-huh.
You can't do that.
Oh, because you have digital controls?
Yeah.
We have joysticks. You want to hook up a game controller?
I could hook up a game controller, maybe. Might be easier for planes. This looks like here we go. This is where you land a plane.
Yeah.
How do you land a plane?
First step, have wheels.
Okay, assume we don't have wheels.
Okay, you're gonna want a runway.
Don't have that either.
You're gonna want to just aim it straight for the ground. Nothing can go wrong.
Okay, I've heard that.
In the movies, they can teach like an 8-year-old kid how to land a plane.
Oh yeah, totally over the phone. Yeah, I could obviously land a plane.
Yeah, you're gonna want to aim straight for the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, little known fact: trees are gonna naturally make a runway. So you just aim between the trees, and then you won't hit them.
You know what I've seen in action movies is when your plane is crashing on, like, the deserted island that has monsters on it.
Oh, right. You clip through the trees.
You clip the trees, and that slows you down a lot.
Well, aim for that small one right there.
I might actually. If I could slow down just, like, another 50 meters. If I clip this tree before I want to land, that would be bad. He lived. It was for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's about as good as I thought I was gonna get with no wheels. I'll take it.
All right. Yeah. You landed that plane. I will accept that as a landing.
Okay.
I noticed one thing about this plane mission.
What was that?
We didn't get any science.
We did not get any science.
We didn't see a desert.
We didn't see a desert, yes.
We, in fact, were not going in the correct direction to the desert for much of the time. Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
That's a lot of angle on those wings. Alright.
That's what I wanted to do. We can also probably put these engines on the back wings and then move them forward. These wings are not attached together. They probably should be.
Would that make the plane more sturdy?
Sturdy, yes.
Do we have struts yet? Can we just bolt struts everywhere?
Oh yeah, we can bolt struts everywhere. I'm not going to go forward anymore.
I think that's fine.
Well, I need to do that then. Okay.
I mean, the wing area, we did determine the wing area was important.
Yes. What is the reset button for reset rotation? Spacebar. Okay, cool. That's what I want, and then I want. You know what? I'm just gonna go with that. I'm gonna do. What do you think? One.
Do a compound.
So
angle?
what do you think? 5.
10 degrees is way too much.
So let's do 5 degrees.
5 degrees is a little bit high, I think.
Like it's hard.
You can't easily do less than that. I understand. Yeah, compounding that with them pointing outwards as well would be
It'd be
way too
weird.
much.
It'd be bad. Yeah. We could just like.
I think planes do typically have those angles, but they're like half a degree.
Sure. That looks awful.
Okay.
What? Not mean to do that. What is happening? Something weird happened.
You need to undo again.
Oh, okay.
And again. No, now you just have a duplicate part.
These are still at their, yeah, they're still at their little degrees. The wings don't, I don't know, they do slightly care about that. Okay, I want these to not be this way, but be... I almost had it.
We will get there eventually.
I don't understand how, like, this rotates back and forth. And that does the same.
Your options are to pick an axis, and you can rotate clockwise or counterclockwise on it.
Yeah, but if I rotate it, shouldn't it continue? Shouldn't it go to a full circle?
I
thought it would, but I guess.
No.
Okay.
You're hitting what? W and S?
Like, that is how I want it. Yeah, W and S.
That's rotate part backwards or forwards.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to rotate part counterclockwise or clockwise relative to the assembly building, that's Q and E.
Q and E. Relative to the assembly building. Interesting.
You gotta rotate relative to something.
Yeah, that's true.
That would give you the behavior that you're talking about. If you hit the same key,
Yeah.
it keeps rotating in the same direction. Whereas if you're talking about flipping a part forwards or backwards, that's relative to the part, so it's not going to be a continuous thing. No, put more wings on. Like, this thing does not have enough wing.
I just... Which wing piece? I want like a... Okay, I want like these, I guess, is what I really want.
You know, just a fucking countertop back there.
We could put like... The swept wings look real bad and not like a good plan. We could put those back. That's the wrong piece. Nope, that's also the wrong piece. This is the piece I want. It intersects with the engine, but that's fine, right? Actually, we can move the engine slightly back.
Okay.
Should we put hella struts on this thing? See, we got struts. I know we got struts.
Yeah, put a couple of struts. I would do like at an angle, connecting. Yeah.
Make them.
No, so they're not a straight line, so they're like crossing each other. So you've got cross bracing.
Oh, cross bracing. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's like that.
Yeah, except like a wider angle between them, and
Okay.
Point it closer to the top. Like you were doing originally, looks better.
Because I can also just do that.
Don't put it onto the scientific equipment.
not on.
When you had it closer to the top of the
Okay, it looked better.
tanks, it looked much better.
You mean like this?
Yeah, so it's not like intersecting through the wing. You've got a little space between it. That's in the engine. You don't want it on the engine.
But it's not attached. It won't go there. Where should this one attach? Like here?
Sure.
I should keep the plane together a little bit.
I hope so.
We can also put that underside underneath the wing, but
on top it looks cool. You can do it on both sides, I guess, but the engines look like they're more out of the top than out of the bottom.
I'm not gonna be able to fix that problem. There's no way.
What problem?
Oh, if you look at the front of the engine, it's like full of wing.
That's gonna happen.
So is the tail.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Okay.
The Kerbal Space Program doesn't know any better. Plus, you're never gonna be looking at the front of the plane.
It's true. I think we should launch it again. I think this can only go well.
Yeah. I wonder how you ended up with your burn time down. I guess it's a little heavier.
It's a little. We added more parts, so it's slightly heavier, so it's not gonna burn as long.
You were bouncing so much, you got into flight?
I guess so.
Nice.
What? Wait. What? 1 second. What
if you got out of the plane,
if I got out
you
of the
could take
plane,
a surface sample of the runway.
We could never get back in the plane. So
we don't have a ladder, yes.
Oh, sorry. Real quick. We forgot.
What do you got to do?
Add mystery goo underneath the plane.
Oh, yes.
Because we put that on there.
Mystery goo bomber.
And we removed it later.
Will you be able to get at that in flight?
What do you mean?
Like to sample the mystery goo when we're flying above the desert.
Should be able to.
You're not going to crash the plane trying to point at the mystery goo?
No, because I'm going to use the thing I was using.
Yeah.
I think we have 2 of everything else. So let's just go with 2 mystery goo. So now we're
do we only have 2? I think we have 4 of some things.
4.
We have 4 of everything.
2 on one side.
Right.
4 of everything, 2 on one side.
Symmetry.
Wait. Well, let's do that. Launch the plane.
We probably should have put an antenna on this plane.
No, we're gonna hopefully recover the plane.
You're aiming way too high. Is this another ocean-bound plane and it does not turn?
The whole turning thing is like challenging. I'm not sure if that's pilot error or like I should turn off the SAS module too.
Okay, for example, if you think you're going to land this plane with the science on it, we're going in the right direction enough that prove it. Just land it now instead of going to the desert.
Oh, like land it over there or something?
On the runway, back where you came from.
Oh, you mean turn around and land it? Okay, sure.
There's no desert in the ocean.
I know that. I'm gonna need to shut down these engines.
We're doing a lot better on the not spontaneously disassembling.
We are?
Well, you were doing the same kind of hypersonic rolls there. Which they're not an advisable thing to do in this plane, but now we've bolted the engines down, so.
Get that last 0.1 of science. We're just gonna try to land this anyway. I'm gonna smack right down into the Space Center, aren't I?
No, that's not what's going to happen.
I need to thrust up.
Okay, now you're going to crash right into space.
Come on, Space Center. Get
right
out of
into
the way.
the launch pad.
Get out of the way, Space Center. Okay.
Now you're going fast again.
I'm going to skip over the runway.
All right.
Intentionally.
I didn't think you were landing on the runway, being that you're not in the same direction.
Yeah, that's like a pipe dream of hope and
no, you'd have to like plan for that.
Be able to pilot the thing.
Know when you were going to slow down enough to, like attempt a landing. This time I'm not going to call that a landing because this was supposed to be the proving flight. So
yeah, no, that was definitely
that was not a successful landing.
It's easy to get back in now.
But I guess we're going to recover this one, huh?
Yeah, why not?
We need that science.
Can I not get back in?
He knows better than to get back in.
Knows better to get back in? Okay, fine. We can recover everything. It's cool. Yeah, it just exploded. I just touched the ground and everything exploded.
You were going quite fast.
I was going quite fast.
Also, not landing on a runway means the ground's bumpy. And the landing facilities that we have don't accommodate that. I also think the engines may have hit the ground.
The engines may have hit the ground, yes.
I think everything went wrong that time. I'm genuinely surprised that was survivable for a Kerbal.
Yeah.
But maybe that inline cockpit is a little bit better armored than we're thinking.
It might be. It might be very well armored. Yeah, so this has been going great. This has been successful and...
No one can say that you do not know how to build a space plane.
Yes, they can. I would agree with that statement.
Three tails must be better than five. Four
tails.
Three tails.
Three tails is better than five. Whoops.
No. I veto that suggestion. The other possibility
is what?
You were having some pretty good luck with the whatever winglets you were using as tails before, and then you noticed that something was called the tail, and you assumed that was supposed to be your tail fin?
Yeah, sure. It's not a bad suggestion.
I mean, if you want tails everywhere, I don't know exactly what the problem you're having with the plane is, so I can't...
I think part of the problem is it's not turning well, and I'm not really sure how to help it.
Which way isn't it turning well?
So I want to go like that, gently and around, and rather than just go gently and around, I would much rather go like whoop or whoop.
This is partly pilot error because
pilot error.
A plane doesn't turn like a bus.
I know that.
All right.
I want it to go. You bank.
Yes, you're gonna need to bank, but I've never seen you bank.
Yes.
You flip it upside down or sideways, which is not quite banking.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not really banking.
I think you don't have enough control authority on the wings, and putting more tail fins won't help. But I don't actually know.
Let's put more control authority on the wings.
I don't actually know how any of this works. Also, you'd probably need more lift if you want to really get a good banking turn. I don't know. But every plane I've ever seen flown in Kerbal Space Program also looked like an RC helicopter that was in the process of crashing. So,
so you're saying I'm in proud company?
You're in good company, yeah.
Okay, because like Scott Manley is much better at Kerbal Space Program than we are, and built planes that just like flew and looked reasonable.
Yeah, okay, but playing Kerbal Space Program is Scott Manley's job.
Yeah, that's true.
And
he's been doing it for ages.
That's what he's been doing.
How do we? Okay, fine.
For years. Did you not actually recover that last time?
I guess you need to. Do we need to like copy experiment? I guess that didn't recover because it exploded. I'm guessing.
Oh right, yeah, that would be why it didn't recover.
See, I thought you just needed to recover the capsule, but I guess not. That means I need to actually land the thing. We've gotten the takeoff down, which is like, I'm happy about.
stay like that, you're in a you should be in a banked curve. You're not, but you should be. I don't know.
We're turning very slowly, but we're turning. I mean, we're going very fast, but we're turning slowly. Should I cut some engine?
It's up to you. You should know that if you go fast enough, the plane will fall apart, and also if you go fast enough, you will stop generating lift.
Mm-hmm.
And you were going fast enough for those things to be.
You stop generating lift?
Mm-hmm.
What? Why? Too little air? Like?
Okay. So why would you, if you have enough turbulence,
mm-hmm.
You can create a bow shock, which will redirect all of the air from going under and over your wing to bypassing it entirely.
Okay.
And then you don't generate lift because the wind it's interacting with the bow shock and not with the plane itself.
How fast do you need to be going for that in real life?
It depends on your wing geometry.
Oh, okay. Is that the thing when fighter jets go supersonic, like the condensed air in front of them? Is that what that is?
Sort of.
Okay.
This is not a thing that you see in the real world very often, because when that happens, then you crash your plane. Because you're going, at 300 to 700 meters a second, mm-hmm. Mach a few, and then your plane suddenly stops having lift. That's a problem. So generally, you don't even design a plane that can possibly do that.
Right.
The only time this comes up in general aviation, as far as I know, is pretty much in the design of missiles. Because missiles typically aren't flying in your normal sort of safe flight regime. So that's why you have weird things like grid fins and spin stabilized missiles and stuff like that. Because you don't want to put big wings on your missile, because then it's easy to spot on radar and get out of the way. But you do want it to be going super duper fast and where you want it to be going.
Okay, we're headed generally with the right direction.
Are we? Because this looks a lot like the ocean to me.
Well, like, we're heading parallel with the land.
Oh, parallel with the right direction.
No, the right direction is that way. The land mass we're heading towards is actually larger than the one we just left.
Okay.
So we don't need to be heading that north. We don't want to crash into the ocean. That would be unfortunate. But,
if you want to keep going this fast, you should either throttle down or get at a higher altitude. Probably both.
Probably both. So bouncy.
It would be less bouncy if you weren't going supersonic, I think.
Probably.
Cannot engage SAS.
No SAS.
This plane does not have a SAS module or a pilot.
It's got a pilot. Oh, they're an engineer, right?
It has someone piloting it. It does not have a pilot.
Yes.
These are two different things in Kerbal Space Program. So you're only 1,000 meters off the surface of the ocean. You don't know how close to the water you are.
We're very close. I don't want to be this close. I know. I want to lift the plane. Trying to lift the plane more than it is.
No, you don't want to lift it too hard, because then bad things happen. This is how fast you're lifting. And to know when you're falling, this light turns on.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize that. So we're getting closer to the landmass than we're...
Okay. I believe you. Skeptical, but... Total Warrior is saying, I feel like you don't need the wings on the front.
I'm telling you those are for takeoff. We can try taking them off and see what happens, but I think they're very key for takeoff. That might be where we're going.
Are you brave enough to fly with a little bit of acceleration?
I think so. I think it's time. Especially if we're going straight.
Yeah, no, you've pointed in the right direction. You just need to keep that orange light off.
That I can't do under acceleration. So I guess we're gonna do like a Schmuckco.
All right.
So let's get to, we're gonna get to.
We're just ejecting them after takeoff.
I mean, I guess you could potentially do
That's
that.
a crazy enough suggestion. I want to see how that would work.
Okay, we're gonna get to 3,500, which we're at, and I'm going to time accelerate. We're gonna dip down to 2,000.
You're also time accelerating 3 times. Maybe you could like stay in 2 times the acceleration.
Now I'm gonna pull up again. And cut some engine.
I mean, the reason you're going so fast is because you lost a shitload.
Right, because we went.
Yeah.
I wish this was slightly easier to fly.
I mean, if you're sick of the atmosphere getting in your way, we could build a space plane and just avoid the atmosphere.
Screw the atmosphere?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to this desert. We may never return, but we're going.
I think the possibility of returning is pretty much 0.
I'm glad you're optimistic.
We're gonna. Where are you gonna land?
Oh,
in the
yeah.
desert?
We're
or
gonna
back
land. We're gonna land in the desert.
Yeah. You're not gonna land and then take off again. Not in this thing.
No. Okay.
Yeah, no, we need 2 different engine types, one for atmosphere and one for
Yeah,
vacuum.
we can change the middle one out. This thing could easily. I mean, we might have the wrong jet engines, but it could easily go towards space.
Yeah, with this roughly this design, but a
Different
entirely
engine
different engine
in the
and
middle?
fuel configuration.
Yeah.
I don't think just one engine in the middle would actually be enough.
You don't think so?
Well, it depends. If you want to get to space, maybe.
We're talking about
If you
like
wanna get to
orbit. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Okay.
I would think you probably want to have the outer engines be the same as they are now.
Yeah.
Then you'd have some ram jets, and then you'd also have a rocket engine, and maybe also a solid booster that could go on the bottom or the top or
And
something.
we leave it.
And yeah, you'd drop that once you fire it. You can still put SRBs on, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You're going down way too fast.
Look at okay. We can't actually pull up the map, so that we haven't gone nearly as far as I'd hoped. But
So you have to get all the way across the ocean again?
I guess so. Unless this counts as desert. Hey, it's suddenly like flying stable-ish.
You're still falling.
Yeah, if we could just solve the falling issue, then we could fly. We could pick an altitude and fly level and accelerate real far. But
I think without being able to lock your control surfaces, that's not something that's going to happen. Highlands.
Is there a desert right here hiding? Yeah, that's a desert. No, that's a shore. Or is that a desert? Can't tell from here.
How would I possibly be able to tell?
You would not be able to tell.
So we're going to just be spending an hour real-time flying to the desert?
We shouldn't do that. That's boring.
Doesn't sound fun.
Could this thing land? Could this thing survive a water landing? We need like special water landing shit for that one.
No. Certainly not supersonic water landing. maybe if you could get this to touch the water with a relative speed of under 15 meters a second, maybe.
15? Okay. That's real slow.
Yeah. I think for landing, you don't want to be a whole lot faster than that anyway. No, that's the opposite.
I'm trying to time accelerate across the ocean, and it's really going as poorly as it was last time. The water is flat, at least.
Water is flat.
Has that...
It will not come up and surprise you with a tree.
No, no trees.
But I don't think you can land this. I don't think you can land this anywhere. It's certainly not on the water.
So I need to go down and slow down at the same time, which is we're rather high.
Why go down?
Why go down? Just stay up forever?
Yeah.
Well, it's a choice.
You've also turned your engines off.
I know that.
Why have you turned your engines off?
Okay, fine. Well, I guess we're gonna go to the desert. Take forever.
You wanted to land in the water?
I was gonna try it. Yeah.
Okay. We'll never get anything done if you keep crashing planes.
That's true. I wish this was less violent.
You do seem to need to find a way to lock your control stick at a specific angle.
I mean, I guess that's what SAS is, I guess.
Oh, so if we had SAS, you could lock your control surfaces to an angle?
Sorta. It's stability control. It would lock. It would try to lock to the wherever I left the thing.
Right. Yeah. So what do we need to get?
I guess we should buy a pilot.
Need to hire another damn pilot.
Yeah.
Because that will make your flight stable. Other like.
So I should probably just revert this at this point, right? Like, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to land.
How far are we?
Let's see how far we are. We're here.
Well, if you go up to that coast, we're almost halfway there.
That coast?
Isn't that desert? That whole brown part?
Yeah, I guess we're halfway between...
Oh, wait, no, we're not. I was looking at our apoapsis. We are not our apoapsis.
We're not our apoapsis. No, we're a little plane symbol.
Yeah,
we're not halfway.
We're never getting anywhere.
We're never getting anywhere.
So what is this game? Capsule Mango says. You have a collection of rocket parts and plane parts, and you build a Franken rocket plane,
which is what we've built.
We've been trying to go places and do science.
I'm gonna test to see if it takes off without the.
Okay, sure.
Real quick, because why not?
So one thing we have to do is get to other points on the world and do experiments.
Yeah.
So we can do science. So we can unlock more rocket parts. So we can go to more places in space. But it turns out planes are hard.
Planes hard.
Yeah, I can already see that this is not.
You can see the difference?
This is not taking off so much.
It's gonna. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah.
Shear off a couple
That's
of
what
wings.
we're used. That's what we saw all of last week.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's what usually happens.
So, what is the plan then?
The plan, I guess, is to hire a pilot and.
Hire a pilot and try it again?
Yeah. I wish I knew more ways of making a plane more stable.
I think SAS is the way you make a plane stable. Like, I'm telling you.
It's not the only way.
No, I'm telling you. I've seen Scott Manley videos. I've seen other people who are good at Kerbal Space Program. The planes kind of look like that while they're flying.
They do?
They don't go... Yeah.
Do they fly leveler?
No.
Okay.
They have SAS, and they time accelerate, and then they stop time accelerating, and they fix it. I'll be right back.
Okay. Just turn off snap. We don't want snap right now. So I'm gonna do this. So the idea here is that this will allow the planes to fly like planes better? Be better planes? More stable flight?
What about more stable flight?
I've tweaked the wing angles very slightly to hopefully give it a tiny bit more stability.
Total Warrior disagrees.
Worse, he says?
He says worse.
Okay. Well, Total Warrior.
We'll see which one of you is right.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, so you did the compound angle.
I did the compound angle.
I think it's going to make it explode a lot more violently when you try and land it or take off.
That's quite possible.
That was what you're looking for, right?
I mean, literally every change I can imagine will only create more explosions. So,
Total Warrior is saying they base their judgment on from real life planes, so I could be totally wrong.
You know what? Maybe you know what? I want to also do at the same time here.
Have ever seen an airplane in your life?
I've seen an airplane.
What are you doing?
I'm going to make this not
at an angle.
Okay.
How are you going to do that? What are you doing with that?
I want it to not be an angle.
But you're parenting it on something that's at an angle.
It's true. Okay, fine. We're going to rotate it manually.
What purpose does that serve exactly?
So we're thrusting straight rather than down. I think that's better. I think it's a lot better to thrust straight rather than down.
All right, I'll believe it when I see it.
Look at
You're gonna put your front wings back on?
Oh yeah, I need to put my front wings back on, and I need to fix the wheels again. I think.
Yeah.
This one wants to come down slightly.
No, I think that was already too far down.
Is that one too far down?
Yeah.
Oh, this one needs to go up slightly.
I think they're pretty good.
Okay, let's put the wings on the front back on, because they're literally the only way.
I kind of see that looking like a Concorde from behind. That's what Total Warrior is saying.
A Concorde butt. No, these don't want to be at that angle. All right, snapping.
Snap to the angle.
I like how, without snapping, all wings just point the worst way possible. Okay, so there's advanced canards, which are like small, but you have to have better science than we do to get those.
It could still be possible that we're A, too dumb to build a plane, and B, don't have the right stuff.
It is possible. We have so many plane parts, though. It should happen.
Yeah, but maybe these are all the troll plane parts that they put in there just to make us waste time.
That would be terrible.
Okay, it took off without exploding.
That's success number 1. Now I have to psych myself up to turn around. I want to get a little bit more altitude first, but...
You could always just do a flip if you don't want to actually try and do a banked turn.
I want to build a plane that would, do a banked turn, though.
This thing would definitely do a flip if you wanted it to.
Sure, we can try to do the flip.
I'm just saying, that might be the easiest way to turn around on the runway. It seems to have worked pretty well.
That's way more...
Yeah, the problem is stability on the runway. Stability on the runway and off the runway, I think, are the problems. But
the thing is drifting down way slower than it was last time, I think.
Yes.
Which is good, which is what we want.
Actually, yeah, let go of the controls for a moment. Yeah, that's falling considerably slower. It does start falling pretty fast once you get below the horizon, but...
Fuck. What? Oh no! The asshole. This asshole climbed into the plane. That was a test flight. She's an engineer, she got to do the test flight. Is there any other changes we should make, or we should just launch again? I don't want to think about changing things. I just want to launch again. Total
Warrior says it's a jet plane. You need to point the direction that you're going.
Yes. Yes.
Explain how that's different than what we were doing before. What kind of plane don't you need to point in the direction that you're going? I don't know that much about planes.
The thing you've heard about planes, though, is you want to point them in the right direction?
This is Total Warrior's suggestion.
Yeah.
That it's a jet plane and you need to point it in the direction that you're going. Which... Like, another type of plane can point straight and go up. Because of the wings.
That's what I was trying to build into this plane.
But that's not necessarily a feature of all jet planes. That's just a feature of modern jet fighters because they want to be stealthy and can be fly-by-wire, right? Whoop.
Stop doing that. Stop it. Me saying stop is really going to help, I'm sure.
Sometimes that can work. It lifts from the jets, but not the wings so much. Yeah, I guess. I mean, that would be even more of a problem if we want to lean more into being a space plane and not just a low atmosphere crappy jet. Okay, that's not the angle that I would have picked to enable.
I'm still turning. We're turning slightly,
okay.
Yeah, but like,
all right,
it's staying in the air, which is a huge victory.
That's what SAS is for.
Yeah. Maybe for higher it wouldn't drop so much. It's possible, but SAS is accomplishing what we need to do. Let me just pull up.
You're not dropping.
We're not dropping. We're actually heading. Is that representative of where we're heading?
Is what?
This little plane symbol.
Presumably that's pointed in the direction we're heading? I don't know. Okay, no, it's not. It has no relation to the direction that we're heading.
Looks like we're turning the right way though. Very slowly. Let's do some acceleration. Let's see how that goes.
Now you are dropping because...
Oh, we've turned too much.
Yeah. Level it back out again. And get yourself pointed above the horizon. Now you should be fine.
Actually, we can do time warp with this button. This button.
No nearby objects to focus.
That
time warp 2.
Thanks for that warning.
Why didn't he give you the warning before? What is the fastest it can go? The atmosphere is probably going to limit it to about 400 meters a second before it explodes. Maybe 500, 550, I don't know.
We're accelerating.
Stay tuned to find out. We've never actually gone faster than this without it exploding before.
We can set it till it explodes if we really wanted to.
It looks like the atmosphere is going to keep it at about 300 meters.
Yeah, because we're like I think we're losing engine efficiency.
Oh yeah, you're also going a little too high now.
Yeah.
You can see the curvature of the Earth from here.
We can. Curve is not flat. I think we kind of knew that already, but yeah. So we're heading more or less in the right direction.
I mean, flat Earth space program. I don't know how that would work.
I would, if somebody wants to make that mod, I would play that mod. That'd be awesome.
What would orbital mechanics work like?
I don't know it. Like, you would have to figure it out, wouldn't you? Like, which model of...
Like, is there any point in having a space program if gravity is actually a hoax?
You can still build a rocket and launch it, right? Even if gravity's a hoax.
I don't know, man. But what if gravity's not real? Can you still build a rocket? Why would you want to build a rocket?
I guess. Sure. I mean, right, like... I don't know. I can't conceptualize a reality in which gravity is not real. It doesn't make any sense to me.
The point is that, like... if they fake the moon landings, they can fake anything, right?
Yeah.
So, but why bother building a rocket if you're faking everything?
Sure.
Sure, I know, people go to Florida and say they watched a launch, and they come back with shitty photos and videos. But with all the money that you're saving not building that rocket, you could just pay those people off, right?
Yeah.
And Photoshop a rocket into their vacation photos for them.
So what you're saying is everyone who's ever been to Florida and watched the launch is in on it?
I'm saying that literally every single person is in on the conspiracy that on the globe Earth.
Okay. So that's a lot of work.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it's so much easier than the alternative.
It is. It's a lot easier than the alternative. We're just getting like too high. So
No, you're in a perfectly appropriate amount high now.
yeah.
The clouds may get in the way of seeing the desert, but I think
We still
the
got
clouds
we got
we got
plenty
a long way to go. So.
Yeah. We're falling too quick. No, we're falling relatively slowly. Let's fix us in a bit. But actually,
Now you're not falling at all.
we're not falling at all.
I think there's
Should that decelerate possibly?
if you want to. I think these clouds must have air pressure modeling built in.
No, because the increased. They might. Yeah, they might actually.
Or something, because
The amount of.
you had SAS on,
Mhm.
you didn't change your angle of attack, and you went from dropping, was that going to be in meters per second, I think that dial?
Yeah.
You went from -5 to +10 without touching anything.
Yeah, without touching anything. Hey, we can finally see it. We can finally see the desert up there.
Yeah, look at it. You're not touching anything, and it's going up and down.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And this definitely seems to be related to how close and how far away from the clouds we are.
Well, if you were going to do an atmospheric model that had like air pressure systems, clouds would be on the borders of those.
Yes. Yeah.
So that only makes sense. Because I'm pretty sure the clouds are dynamic. They're not from the base game.
They're not. But they, at the same time, dynamic. You could easily, if there's that modeling in the base game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You could put a cloud there.
That would be where you get the data from.
Yeah. So that looks deserty to me.
We're actually going to have enough fuel to get back to Kerbal Space Center if we wanted to. This has only been an 18-minute flight so far.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, should we go to the North Pole then, maybe? It's kind of far.
That's much further.
That's much further?
Yeah.
Okay,
are we there yet? Almost. Okay.
Still over the shoulders. Let's give it a minute. Oh, we've gotten high. How are these engines doing? Not great.
They're doing fine.
Flying low over the desert.
Serve that mystery goo.
Do we have to... I think we have to land in the desert.
What other science do we have to do in the desert? Did we do all the science in the desert and we just didn't know about it?
No, we didn't. Is it most of it landed? It might be...
Oh, you're too high. You're
Oh, okay. Let's come down.
I did say you were flying low, but I don't...
Let's go lower. We can always come up again. Or we can crash into that mountain. Either one is interesting.
Less crashing into the mountains. More getting science. Yeah, now you definitely ought to be low enough.
Okay. Do we have to land in the desert?
If it's not showing up in that list, I don't think so.
Well, there's a lot, everything, like... Many of these are landed. Well, many of these are on the moon too, but most of these are landed. Should we go to the North Pole?
If we can't land this thing...
Yeah, well, you have to land it
there's
anyway.
no point in trying to get science.
We also have to land it to get the science.
Yeah.
So...
You don't have the capability to get to the North Pole. That's like
okay.
over 4 times further than we already went, right? Yeah.
We went there. It's all the way there.
It's over 4 times further.
Yeah.
So you can't get there. And if we can't land in the first place, there's no point in flying this thing anywhere.
You raise an excellent point. I wish I was a better pilot. It'd be nice.
I'm not blaming you. I'm like, the design is much of why we can't land this thing.
It's a significant part, yeah. But
go try your water landing. I don't know.
Okay, I'll try the water landing. We're pretty close. I just need to figure out how to turn around again. That's all. Which I'm trying to do anyway.
Because realistically, we're not going to land on the runway, no matter what we do.
Realistically, I couldn't get it close enough to the runway to land on the runway. Like,
realistically, you couldn't hit the runway if you tried.
I might be able to hit it, but not the right direction. Like, we're talking about lining ourselves up with the runway, which seems like a pipe dream to me.
Okay.
Really, we want to land on the desert though, and like. So if I slow down to under 10 meters per second, do you think?
If you think you can have this thing still in the air and going at a total of 10 meters a second?
How about 20? Do you think we'll still explode?
I think you will likely explode at anything above 20.
Okay.
And actually, you don't want to. I don't know if you want to be looking at your surface speed. You do want to be looking at your orbital speed. Because you need to take into account your vertical speed as well as your horizontal speed.
We got horizontal speed right here. Right?
Oh, then orbital isn't that?
Yeah, I guess orbital's not. That's horizontal speed.
I would say your vertical speed needs to be like as close to 0 as you can make it. Certainly less than 10. And your horizontal speed
needs to be as low as we can make it.
As low as you can make it.
Yeah.
And above 30 is going to be a guaranteed explosion.
Yeah.
So if you think you can hit that window...
I think it might be possible. Landing has been the thing that we've had the most trouble with on this whole stream, I think.
Yeah, rockets, planes, doesn't matter. We can't land it.
Well, you can fly them. We can get them places. Getting them home again is the real issue.
I'm also worried about, how this is not like a runway and it's a desert.
It's all bumpy.
It's bumpy. I think there are rocks when you get closer.
We're going to find out if there's rocks or not. It'd be nice if there weren't rocks.
You're speeding up, not slowing down.
Oh. Okay. 1,000 up. No, 300 up. Okay, that's very different.
Yeah, no, that ground is coming at you in a hurry. Your vertical speed is pretty good, although it's getting higher.
I'm trying to, slowly...
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
I'm trying to slowly go down without picking up too much speed. Okay, now we're picking up the... So I think we want some engine... Possibly.
Why?
Because our vertical speed's going up really quick, which is bad. And I can't get it lower again. And we still need to lead off horizontal speed. Like a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna crash. Shit, now we're definitely gonna crash.
You might have had that if sticky keys didn't come on.
I might have had that.
You might have had that.
I might have had that.
Man.
There's nothing we could do about it, though. Well, let's take the surface sample and go home. That was the most disappointing thing to happen today.
I mean, it's our tradition to end the stream on a massive failure. I don't think we're going to get a bigger failure in this, probably in the entire run of the stream than that.
Turn around all the way. There we go. Okay, no. Okay, now we need to plant a flag. Oh, we can't. Damn it.
You're trying to plant a flag on the spaceship?
Yeah, I thought that would have been funny in the nestled in the wreckage here. But yeah, that was disappointing and awful. can't believe that happened. I can't believe I keep forgetting to turn off sticky keys.
You know what we're going to do?
What we're going to do?
We are going to go to the booth, and you are going to turn off sticky keys right now.
Okay.
If you just get the prompt again, it has, or you know where to go.
Sort of.
Stonking keys!
Caps lock is on for the planes.
How to turn off stonking keys? You want me to actually Google that for you?
Or I could, here we go.
Hey,
How do I tell it to not tell me about it though? That's the, because sticky keys is off.
Disable stonky keys prompt in Windows XP. Nope. What are stick? Nope. 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 No.
It might be the same as Windows XP because it sometimes is.
How to disable sticky keys permanently. Go to ease of access. Make the keyboard easier to use. Turn on. It's this. There should be a thing under turn on sticky keys to have options for that. Set it up. Try enabling them real quick. That's toggle keys.
Oops.
It's not what you want. Oh.
Ah, here we go. Okay. Turn off. Okay, we don't want it when shift is lock modifier carried when pressed twice in a row.
This is not what you're looking for.
Sound, display sticky keys icon.
Maybe if you just turn that off. No, turn that on. Turn that off. Now turn the whole thing off.
Oh, hit the
That's
Windows.
new.
I hit the Windows key.
Okay. Did we did it?
Maybe we did it. Maybe that was it.
All right. We have disabled sticky keys. So anyone with accessibility problems who needs to use the gaming computer, you can turn that back on, but please don't. All right. We didn't get any science. You can't unlock anything.
I want to unlock stuff.
You need to do science.
I need to do science, yeah.
Go out there and make some science. Whatever happened to our space shuttle with the science factory?
Let's check out the space station.
Or the space station, not the space shuttle. I know what I'm talking about.
Here's the space station, MK1, whenever it loads.
Has it run out of science? Do we need to give it a boost of science?
Let's see how we're doing. I think it's fine. Okay.
It has 0 of 500 science.
I think
it has 79 of 700.
Yeah, I think it sends the science as soon as it gets it.
Okay.
I think that's what it's not storing the science because it's got like all these radio dishes and shit.
Just wanted to make sure we didn't have to go up there and bring some science back and give them some more mystery goo to science on.
Like, oh, we can't because we're in low Kerbal orbit.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So, what are we building next?
I guess we should build something else next.
I mean, we could just like abandon the stream and walk into the ocean.
Yeah.
But I thought we were.
Part of me wants
Kerbal
to do
Space
that.
Program.
Yeah, I understand. Well, we could put a rocket engine on the thing and just go to orbit like we said we were going to in the stream title.
But what does that do for us?
We get into orbit
With a plane, and then they can't get back down from orbit, and then we've abandoned another Kerbit in space.
You know what I want to do?
I don't scan of Minimus. All right.
No, we're going to go to the Minimus rocket. We're going to... So here, let's go to the Minimus rocket. We're going to pull up the map of the Minimus.
Okay.
And then we're going to time accelerate and finish that. Because that'll get us science from the other thing. It'll get us closer to finishing the other third mission.
This is the 60-day
No, this is not the 60.
Oh.
This is a very clear... So... Here's what we have scanned of Minimus.
Are we in the correct orbit to get this to 75%?
Ooh.
Nope.
Okay, well then we can change the orbit. Let's change the orbit because this thing still has a bunch of fuel on it.
That just needs to be a little bit more polar.
This thing has some science done apparently.
Right, because it ran out of battery power when we were doing the initial science.
Right. Okay, so let's. So what we want to do is we want to pick where we're going to move this thing. It needs to be more polar than this, right? So think we want them through here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of those.
That'll be great.
And this is a joke that we're on Minimus, so
What about Minimus is a joke?
The orbital speeds you need to attain. Remember? Like this is
a pretty big plane change that you're doing.
It is a huge plane change, but why can't I move the rocket?
Oh, did you run out of RCS?
I don't think we did.
No.
It doesn't have RCS.
Oh.
We have electrical charge. Is this one of these like it's just not loading right now?
It may just be too big to move on its own without...
It may be.
It really does look like it's not doing anything, though. I don't know.
I'm going to go back to the Space Center real quick and then jump back to it.
Okay.
That's helped before in this situation.
That does sometimes help.
I wonder if we just have too much stuff up there and that's why we're having these problems. Oh! You know what it could be?
What could it be?
We might be on the wrong side of Minimus.
Oh, yeah. That too.
Maybe we should consider putting up some relay stations.
Why don't we build a relay station? We
Yeah,
haven't built any satellites.
this is totally on the wrong side of Minimus.
We have not built a satellite. So what do
Okay.
we need to do? Just ignore that for now. We will reposition that at the same time we build. Like let's build a common relay satellite on a big fucking rocket.
Yep, and put it some places, right?
We'll put it in like 2 or 3 places.
Okay, so the first step here is we're going to need to figure out what works as a relay station. Do we have the technology to do a relay station? I think we do.
We're going to start with the probe body.
Yeah, we're going to start with the probe body, sure.
That's not exactly a probe body, but...
Oh, that is not a probe body. Oops, I thought I clicked on the square probe body.
That's also
that
true.
one. That one. Okay, so... Short-range relay. So this can relay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look at see if this thing...
I think also that giant antenna thing.
Let's see if this says something about relays. Actually, we could check and see if these are relaying, because they would, right? Because we have like 3 of these in orbit already.
But there are also ground stations on Kerbal. So
yeah.
Let's not worry about that.
Yeah. So this thing will relay.
So maybe we just build a small one. So we need what do we need on this? We need, I would say, 2 antennas.
Sure. Let's put 2.
Put 2. Why not? The mass is not going to be a concern for this thing.
This thing is going to be the dinkiest. Okay.
Well, you also need to put a big bucket of solar panels on here. Somewhere.
Yeah, this thing needs a big bucket of solar panels for sure.
Some batteries.
I want
somewhere between 1 and 15 flight computers.
a number between 15 and 100. Okay, so batteries. Solar panels.
I would put like some sort of trunk on this thing.
Yeah, sure. Like a one of these probably. I mean, this is unfortunately our best trunk at the moment. Also put solar panels around this.
Yeah, I was kind of figuring you'd put solar panels around that, and then...
It's not designed to be opened.
Yeah. Stuff it full of batteries. Are there any other things that we could put on a communication satellite?
That we would want on a communication satellite?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Like, I don't think...
Okay, then we're done.
I think we're done with the payload, yeah.
Pop it in a fairing and put it on a Saturn 2.5. Or just build a big rocket underneath it, which is probably more like what we're going to do.
Oh, we do have a light now.
Oh.
Not that we want lights on this thing, but...
Yeah, you do.
You do? Okay, sure. Where do we want lights?
I don't... Nah, you don't want lights on it. Certainly not that many. Yeah, pop a fairing on it. Put it on a rocket.
Fairing structural. Right? No. Coupling. Fairings are coupling. No? Fairings are payload, of course. Let's just use the normal one.
top to be cone-shaped. There you go.
I do, but I also want it to work.
You had it? There you go. There you go.
Okay. It's a little big, but...
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Fairings are big.
I wish you could, like, copy in a rocket, but I don't think you can do that. Oops.
You're undoing past where you did that. You've also taken all the solar panels off of it.
Trying to redo. How do you redo? There's a redo.
I don't think there's a redo.
There's totally a redo. I saw this.
Control Y.
Oh no. Okay. Bonk. Okay. So that means we have to put a rocket underneath.
This is easy.
Yes.
You can do this. I'm not even going to say anything.
Where is it? One of these. Move all this up. Coupling. Not that coupler. Not that coupler. Too many couplers.
There are a lot of diameters of rockets.
No, it's structural. Structural, adapter. Actually, I probably don't want to go that big. I don't know. I'm going.
There's no such thing as too big of a rocket.
There's no such. We know this. And what is the big stupid engine we always put on things?
Would you like me to tell you?
Yeah, which one is the big stupid engine?
Mainsail.
Mainsail. That's the one, right? Good old mainsail. And how is our?
Just a rocket.
It's a rocket.
You might want other
Solid.
stuff.
I was gonna put maybe a liquid booster on it or two, but it's probably unnecessary.
Where do you want this thing to go?
Like,
I mean, the total burn length is pretty short.
Don't we want it to possibly go further out than Minimus?
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
like, put another stage on this. Sure.
Yeah, we want it to go further out than Minimus. And everywhere in between. Wait, is there... Could we, like... Would that be possible? To, like, take these and, like, make 3 and then dump them?
That's a thing real rockets do.
It is?
In Kerbal Space Program, I don't think you would want to...
Do that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay, so we could do that. We'd have to put a coupler on top of this, and then...
Well, it depends on how you'd want to separate them. In the real world, what you do is you have a satellite carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Satellite carrier's in the fairing.
Okay.
And usually it depends on the mission, but typically spacings of about 60 seconds to a few minutes. You'll let one satellite go, continue, 60 seconds later, let the next satellite go.
Okay.
For Kerbal Space Program, if you're going to do that, you would, I think, I don't know how you need
You could do it in cargo bays, perhaps. The other thing you could do is...
Well, the other thing I was going to suggest that you could do is you could couple 2 of them together.
Yeah.
Or dock 2 of them together, release them coupled, and then split them.
Well,
but then they'd both be in the exact same orbit.
Here's the stupid solution. The stupid solution is you take another probe body, you put a coupler between the 2, and then wherever you decide, you can manually decouple the top one, and you have the next one, and you then fly somewhere else, and you lose that one. It's the terrible version.
We don't want to put 2 of these into the same orbit, though.
Well, yeah, that's why you do that while the engine's still attached.
No, but you can't get into orbit of the moon and orbit of Kerbin in one burn.
That's true.
And you want to put one of them around the moon, and you want to put one of them around Kerbin. And I don't think there's an L3, but if there was an L3, you'd want to put one in L3.
Yeah. I wish there was an L3.
I mean, it makes sense why there's not an L3.
Just too mathy. No one would use it.
So that didn't help you.
That really didn't help me, no. Is it because I want these?
You don't need more thrust on the first stage.
We don't. We need more fuel.
RCS thrusters?
We probably want RCS thrusters, but more on that stage
Yeah,
than
true.
the first stage. Was that the RCS fuel tank even?
I believe that was the RCS.
Okay. Should probably put some RCS. Just know that'll pop off.
No, they'll be fine. There.
But if we want to leave this behind, we would lose the model propellant.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I still think you probably want even more rocket. But what do
I would agree with you, but I haven't got back to putting more rocket. So you're saying put another stage at the bottom? Or
No, I would put double up in those tanks again.
These tanks again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You make this thing just single stage to orbit, and then leave the whole second stage with the probe when you get there.
So you're saying like that?
I think that'll be fine.
Is this gonna lift?
Yeah.
Wow, that'll lift
That's
off.
fine. You got 2 minutes of burn time.
2 minutes of burn time.
You can have this single stage to orbit if you wanted it.
It is, isn't it? Like it's not gonna get.
Well,
much...
you have a second stage, so it's
okay,
not
right.
single stage to orbit anything. But
because I want this for maneuvering and shit. So yeah, let's. Okay, so this is the relay.
Relay station. You're typing all caps. So. Relay station.
It's an acronym for something.
Stands for station. I got nothing.
Yeah. Okay, where the hell are we going?
We're gonna put this around the moon.
Around the moon. Okay.
You want this to be in a very wide orbit around the moon. Man, I think you outrace that going up.
For starters.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Walk.
only like the top of the tower, but I think I could walk faster than that.
Yeah, no.
I think I can jump faster than that.
I really like the casual rockets that just kind of start inevitably going up. It's so like unintuitive that that's the way it works.
Oh, and this thing is yeah, this is gonna work real well.
Start heading over. Getting a little fast, right?
No, you're fine.
No, we're fine. Okay.
That's what I was saying. This is gonna work great. Because I think it's just heavy enough that you never have to throttle down to avoid aerodynamic pressure.
What is our aerodynamic speed at the top? In the top of the atmosphere here? We want to avoid like 500?
Yeah.
Okay. We're probably gonna get out of this before we hit.
You're fine. You don't have to slow down. Like you'll start hitting. You're gonna probably be hitting max Q somewhere around here, which is out of the atmosphere practically. So you're fine. I don't know. I wonder if does it actually say anything about
Max Q or something? I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess not. Well, it wouldn't specifically say max Q, but it might say what your current aerodynamic pressure is. Q just means aerodynamic pressure, and max Q means the point at which you hit the highest pressure.
Okay.
Because like a Falcon 9, much like many of the rockets we build, takes off at full throttle, but then has to throttle down a little bit before it gets all the way through the atmosphere.
Like a lot of rockets we build. Yeah.
Like a lot of rockets we build, real rockets have to do that as well. And so if you watch one of their streams, one of the things you'll notice is about 4 minutes into flight, they call out max Q, which is the very moment under which the aerodynamic stresses are highest, and then that's over with, and then they throttle back up because they're out of the thick of the atmosphere. And again, you went up and then sideways, but it's working for you.
It's not ideal. I need to turn more. It's just I keep losing when to turn.
No, I know. And this rocket has enough fuel that it can do whatever it wants. So.
Well, we're almost out.
Yes, but you've circularized to orbit.
Yeah.
So that is you made it to orbit on a single stage. Oh no, you didn't. Not quite. Did you?
No, not quite. Let me just clear. I don't know how we got all these extra maneuvers. Okay, we just need to do that, and we'll be good. Actually, I might want to leave this stage behind now. Really, but
burn it to depletion. There's no risk of doing that in this game. So
there's one problem. And that's turning around.
Oh, yeah.
We don't even
That's
need
what the SAS is for, isn't it? Okay, yeah, you do need to drop that stage.
No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're perfectly in line with our maneuver now.
All right.
And we need to wait a few seconds and then burn off the last of this fuel. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Got a nice.
That'll do it.
I mean, you could probably just burn off the rest to make this, to raise that, because we need to leave anyway, right? So. Okay. Okay. So we want to go to the moon.
Go to the moon. You want to be in an orbit like
A huge
10
orbit.
times further out than that current thing is.
Actually, you know what we're gonna do first?
Set the moon as a target.
We're gonna set the moon as, yeah, we should probably do that, and then we're gonna fix our inclination a bit here.
Inclination doesn't matter.
Maybe descending and ascending nodes, just to
We don't have to be in a polar orbit around the moon. Or we don't have to be in a
do we want to be in
orbit? It doesn't matter.
Do we want to be in orbit around the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this way, it'll be easier to hit the moon in the first place. Because if I just go burn that way, I guess we could do, yeah. Because this way, I'm just to make this change first rather than making it at the same time as trying to go to the moon.
All right, I'm telling you, I don't think you need to make that big of a plane change, but.
Well, okay. I'll try it the other way then. Where is the moon in relation to us? So we want to do like one of these, and then just be around the moon?
Yeah, that'll probably be okay. I guess you could also orbit Kerbal and the moon.
Do like this, the orbit we'd end up in here?
No.
Or even more
You need
extreme?
to be you need to be further out on the dark side of the moon if we want to relay from the dark side to the light side, I think.
Oh, I also need to do this.
Yeah, you can do that anytime.
That our space junk is. I just realized how we added a lot to our space junk problem today.
Yeah, but it's a big piece, so you can avoid that.
That's true. But it's a real big piece. Okay, so let's do this burn. Probably need to engage the engine. That might help us.
To burn? Yeah, maybe.
That's why it says 77 days, which is not how long this will actually take.
And the fairing disappeared. It is no longer space junk.
Did it actually pop out of existence?
Mm-hmm. You could watch it.
Okay. Yeah, fairings don't stick around, but like we left the fuel tanks. Where'd they go?
They're gone.
They're somewhere. It's always kind of surprising to me how you can be very close together, but if you're just moving at slightly different speeds,
It adds up.
It adds up
very
quickly.
quickly.
Like, our rendezvous science vessel is nowhere near the space station anymore, I don't think. Or it's probably within 50 kilometers, but that's nothing in space, but it's pretty far in real life. Okay, so let's do this. What is that?
Maybe that's the fairing again?
Maybe the fairing stayed?
I don't know. I saw it pop out of existence, but that looks a lot like it, so.
There we go. Okay, so now we're going to be here. I'm going to add this maneuver. Actually, we're going to want to do it there, and then... I think that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Is that actually in orbit now?
Should be. Can't quite tell. Okay. Retro. I mean, that's a crazy orbit of the moon, but that's kind of what we want, right?
Okay, yeah, that's what you're looking for.
We could even do a little bit bigger.
That looks great. Yeah, right there.
Okay, right there? Great. Awesome. So let's just head out there. What do I need to click here? All those satellites going around. Okay. Oh, it's only an 11-second burn? I thought it'd be more than that. Let's open our relays. Might as well.
Yeah? I hope this thing works.
I wonder what short means. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, is what short means.
I mean, if it's a relay, short has to mean the distance between Kerbin and the moon.
It's gotta. Yeah, it can't be more than that. Or less than that, right? It's gotta be.
You don't need a short... you don't need a relay to get from orbit to the Earth.
Okay, we need to fix this a bit. Which way are we headed?
Yeah, you would like that to not be...
Inside the moon?
Inside the moon.
Can I not remove our maneuver because it's inside the moon? That's annoying. We're headed towards the moon right now, aren't we?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, there's our maneuver. Okay, so we need to just be prograde here? Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're not orbiting anymore. Now you're
there,
orbiting.
that's what we want.
Okay.
That's what we want.
Yeah, that'll work.
So let me move that closer to us and see if that produces a better orbit. Because that's 12 minutes away. It's not changing things much.
I'm concerned that it's not drawing any green lines. Oh, no, it is. Okay.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, that right here?
Yeah, it's not... I guess it just doesn't see our probe yet, but that's fine.
Getting a relay in the proper location might be harder than I just kind of assumed when we launched this. But
throw it up there. Any old place will be fine. Don't worry about it.
That's how we've launched... that's how I've launched literally every other satellite that exists. Okay, so it's... So possibly... Okay. This is going to stick here. It's not going to leave. It's not in the best orbit.
Give it some time.
But no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other vessel and see if that one's connecting. Because we know this is connecting great to Kerbin, but it may not show what it's going to connect to.
Okay, but also...
But the other vessels should show how they're getting.
Also, it's not in the right position of orbit to be able to see our thing on the dark side of the moon.
Is not currently? Okay, that's connecting right to Kerbin.
First of all, that's Minimus.
That was. See, no, it is. We got it.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Bam.
Bam.
That means we can transfer that science.
Why don't we take a quick break and then we will come back on the moon?
Okay. Yeah. Let's take a quick break.
All right. Don't go away. We will be right back. And we're back.
And here's the moon.
We are crashed on the moon.
So, but we can talk to Kerbin now.
Yeah.
Which is what we wanted to do. There it is. Okay. Transmit the data, because we got, like, science
a whole bunch of science. Well, not a whole bunch of science, but a little.
Just a decent amount of science. Are we getting... Is this thing just going to run out of charge slowly?
No.
It will get sunlight, right?
Sunlight on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, okay.
What you will not get on the dark side of the moon is facing Kerbal. That's what the dark part of the dark side of the moon is.
Okay, we sent a whole bunch of stuff to Kerbal.
All right.
Wasn't very exciting, but we did it.
Well, that mission was a success.
Finally
did one thing right.
Yep. Yeah, look, we have 236 science now.
That was a lot of science.
I think we also completed a mission.
We should go to the moon again.
It's diminishing returns, unfortunately.
I know. We should go to whatever the hell Mars is called.
Duna?
Duna?
We can also go to Minimus.
Nope. No one has ever landed a person on the second moon of Earth. It's never been proposed. It can't be done.
You're not supposed to tell people about the secret second. What is that?
What is that?
What is that? It's not ours.
It's not even ours?
No.
It's yellow.
See, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are we being invaded by aliens?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We're being invaded by aliens.
What is that? What is...
let's build a rocket and go to it. No,
I don't know
terrible.
if we can actually... Like, I would love to do that. I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah, no, I know. There'd be no way of doing that. It's tracking all of our relay stations. Is there...
Okay, let's... You know what? I clicked the wrong button on the... I went back here. Okay. I have to left click, not right click.
You're going to upgrade?
I'm going to see what it's... I have to right click, not left click? I could have sworn I did that.
I have to left click, not right click. Not right click, not left click. Middle click.
Middle click? Maybe you have to...
Mouse button 4.
There we go. So if we up, which we can't afford, unknown object tracking, which that might be.
So it's totally aliens.
It could be aliens.
That's what that is saying, is that it's 100% aliens.
100% aliens.
All right.
Aliens confirmed. We should probably buy something with our science.
What do we want to buy? No. No space plane parts.
Advanced electronics? I would really like some photovoltaic panels.
Yeah, what is the Gore bit?
That will give us more science. Like, yeah, that's just a science box.
All right. Batteries, more solar panels.
Where's communications? Where's that branch? Do we have to be here for like? Because I'm like, where's the next? That's probably the next. Yeah, that's the relay antenna. Okay. So we would need both precision engineering and advanced.
That looks like a big antenna too.
Oh, that is a big antenna. That's a big antenna.
A big relay antenna as well. It's the same thing.
Or capable as plant.
Isn't that literally the same thing?
I think this is much bigger than I thought it was.
Oh, that's a much bigger one. Okay.
Yeah, that's a...
Total Warrior suggests fuel.
Fuel's up here, so we have these, which I don't think we want. And we don't really care about getting to that stuff super quick, I don't think. And this is...
Advanced fuel systems.
That's a
big
ass
that you
fuel
want.
tank. That's a...
That you want.
That's what you put on the massive rocket.
You want one of those.
These are RCS tanks.
We definitely need those.
There's some adapters with fuel in them. Those are nice.
Those are all right.
There's a very long fuel tank and another very long fuel tank.
These are also things we're going to want at some point. Like the bi and tri-couplers are fun.
Where's that?
The last thing is a
bi stack.
I think we already have the tri-coupler.
I don't.
Or do we not?
It's not a coupler. I think we just have a. Because if the tri-couplers in, it's probably quad coupler.
Quad coupler. I think we already have the tri-coupler.
Because I think we just have a tri-adapter, which is less
That's
cool.
a tri-coupler.
Is it a tri-coupler?
Doesn't individually decouple all three rockets. That you wouldn't want that.
You wouldn't want that?
Want to decouple the bottom rockets individually? To what end?
I don't know. Oh, it is a tri-coupler.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you wanted a stack separator in this, you could put a stack separator on the top or three on the bottom.
Probably on top.
Probably on the top.
But you could put like...
That's too big.
Just as an example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe we should do that more. That seems reasonable.
It's a thing we could do.
Yeah. Oh, I know what science we should need to figure out. We need to figure out what science gets us to the lander can system. So we need a boring piece of upgrade.
Is that actually what we're gonna do? Is some fucking rover bullshit?
Oh no, we want to land somebody
the
on
big
the
lander can.
We want to land somebody on the moon and then rendezvous them with an orbiting ship.
That is so much harder than anything that we've ever even thought about doing. But it also gets us a large reaction wheel, so okay, fine.
Well, no, it doesn't. That's a difference. This is just fucking shit.
All right, fine.
We could also just go to Minimus and get all that stuff, but that involves landing again and like.
I mean, a Minimus landing, I think we could probably do.
We could probably strand somebody on Minimus. Can we get them home though?
No way.
No way. Minimus it's much easier to take off from Minimus.
We have to land on Kerbin though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the part that I don't believe we can do. Also, like, if we don't have the better landing struts, which we still don't have access to.
I keep going back and forth. I'm so sorry about this. I have to check where those are.
This is going to be the worst episode ever to edit because every one of those transitions, when it takes longer than 2 seconds on black, gets counted as a break. By my software.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. Okay, those are real. We don't want wheels. Landing.
So
that's only 90 actually. So.
Well, we need the bigger struts because a problem.
Oof. Oh, we can also fly planes possibly even.
Well, we need all of that stuff because the thing that keeps happening is we try and land something and then it shears off the whole bottom of the rocket.
Yeah.
Which is where we keep the important parts like
the engines. Yeah.
This is clearly the oldest thing in our tech tree.
It is also the oldest thing.
Yes, we need to get that.
Okay, let's just get that.
That's more important than being able to put curves.
We also were pretty damn close to getting one of these things still.
Yeah. So, all right.
What I'm going to do is we're going to go back here and we're going to look at our current lander. The one that landed on the moon, the USS not likely.
It was not good.
It was not great, but we have advanced.
I think we can build a Kerbal program.
A Kerbal program?
Mm-hmm.
With the stuff we have now?
I think so. I mean, you might have to stick like way too many parts together, but
okay. This is the USS not likely.
It was not likely. Like the problem here is that you were trying to land something way too fucking tall.
Yeah. That really didn't.
And also, the legs didn't extend past the engine.
Not fast enough. Let's look at these new legs and see how they relate to our old legs.
Oh, we're just gonna launch the same thing again?
I don't think so, no. But that's look at that.
That's more like what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that looks like it'll stay up.
And they're wider out too.
They're like as comparisons. That's what it was before, and this is what it is now. This would help immensely.
I still think this is the USS not likely.
Let's talk about the USS not likely, because this is if you want to get somebody to Kerbin, this got them to Kerbin real easly.
They're already on Kerbin.
I'm sorry, I get somebody to the moon. If we want to get somebody to Minimus, this got somebody to Kerbin real easy. So we just take this down.
I'm just worried that whole situation is top heavy.
This part.
Yes. Also, another problem with the longer legs, you won't be able to get back into the ship.
Currently. We could change other aspects, but yeah.
Well, the ship is as long as the ladder, is my point.
Yeah, this is definitely very, very top heavy. Yeah.
Getting rid of the fuel is only going to make that problem worse.
What I was curious about. Well, yeah, of course it's only going to make it worse. But yeah, I was curious how much worse it was when we were like at half, and it's a lot worse.
A lot worse.
I also actually took the engine off, which
I mean,
is only slightly better. It's still top heavy.
it's going to be extremely top heavy.
Is there a way to fix that?
Make it shorter?
Make it shorter? Yeah. What is all on here? There's a lot of stuff on there.
Technically, you don't need nearly that much fuel.
To return and land?
Oh, right. This is the return vehicle, too.
That's the problem. That's why
we need all that fuel. Never mind.
I mean, we could build a different return vehicle.
No, but then it has to be in space, and like you have to rendezvous with it, and it's got to have a pilot, and no.
You don't actually doesn't have to have a pilot. It doesn't actually need a pilot.
Yeah, but it kind of does, though.
It kind of does. It needs add some weight ballast.
It at least needs a place for a pilot to go.
It does, which is not easy.
What could we add as ballast? Do you have an? Is this one with an inline RCS tank?
No.
What's the tank part at the top then?
We can move everything down.
Well, no. What is? There's a tank part at the top. There's.
Oh, that one? That one's the RCS tank, monochrome tank.
Yeah. So get rid of the RCS tank and put the ball style tanks all the way at the bottom.
Okay.
That won't help much, but it'll help a little.
We need to keep.
I know we need to keep all the things.
All the things.
They all have a home somewhere. So now your ladder's a little bit longer. Now the center of gravity is in the middle.
Yeah, it's like exactly in the middle, which is nice.
So now they put the RCS tanks on the bottom.
Okay, where are those? What does it look like?
I would just put way too many of them on there. These are ballast, remember?
Right.
You put even more. Put 8.
Well, there's one
space
concern.
for other stuff.
There's space for other stuff, and like it's the ladder. It's the ladder. We need the ladder.
Can you make that ladder longer?
No. Ladders are.
Oh, I know what you do. You put that ladder further down,
and put another ladder.
You put the short ladder above it.
It's not even quite long enough.
You may have to put 2 of these on there. I don't know. This
I've
is
now put 4.
Put 1,000,000 ladders.
Okay.
Ladders for everyone.
That's about where we want it, right?
I guess, yeah. Who cares if you can get all the way in?
Now we need to put more ladders on top of that. Turn off that. Yes, we know we thrust down. Of course, we thrust down. So we can't. Unfortunately, we can't even attempt a rescue mission yet, which is kind of lame.
I mean, we could strand the rescuer.
We can strand rescuer. What? But
Why,
here's.
you want to do that?
No.
No.
Why not strand the rescuer on Minimus instead?
All right, sure. You can take this. You want to go to Minimus? Go to Minimus.
It's way more fun than getting stranded on the moon again.
It's still the USS not likely.
Yes, definitely. I want one of these. Is Minimus tidally locked? You have no idea.
I don't know. I know facts about the real world.
Yeah, like the moon is tidally locked.
Yeah. I'll Google that here.
It would be very useful to know before we land on it. Okay, I need to add another ladder. A whole ladder
Minimus
system.
tidally locked. Yes and no.
Thank you, Internet. That was extremely helpful.
So apparently it is tidally locked to Kerbin. It is mostly tidally locked to Kerbin because it faces Kerbin, but the equator is not parallel to the Kerbal elliptic plane. So therefore, it will rotate slightly, but not entirely around.
Okay.
I wonder if that is like the way the moon actually is locked to Earth. If you've ever seen a time lapse of the moon, you'll notice it kind of turns a little bit and gets closer and then further away. But I don't know if that's the same type of phenomenon.
Okay.
I could read this whole thread.
Don't worry about it. That's
Why
good
not?
enough information for me. Okay. Is that gonna be a problem? What if that's a problem? Think that's a problem? Oh, there's a battery pack in the way of the ladder.
Yeah, I think that's a problem.
We don't even need all these battery packs. We have too many.
You could also put on like fewer battery packs everywhere but there. Yeah. There you go.
I'm gonna put 3 on. Yeah, now they're in like nice locations.
Okay.
It's our lander. We should try to make it less shit than other parts.
I don't know. In the rest of the thread, they talk about bragging about that they know how to use the sextant. So.
Well, that's cool. I wish I knew how to use the sextant. Okay. It's not the most top heavy.
I cannot tell you much about how to use the sextant.
Do you not know?
You don't want to limit the fuel on that.
No, I know I don't. I'm just like it actually doesn't move up that much anymore. It's pretty
reasonable. You put all the heavy stuff on the bottom.
Yep. Okay. That looks like it's gonna all explode in orbit on launch.
No, this thing does not have nearly the PWR to actually.
Right. Okay. I recall a previous error with this, which is that.
Oh right, we sheared off all the fins.
No, it wasn't. We didn't shear anything off. It's just like it bounced awkwardly. I want 2, please.
I don't know why you insist on putting.
Fine. I think we should actually try it. I should actually try it.
Just one and put it on the side booster.
On the side booster?
Yeah.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'll be fine, I swear.
Okay. The other thing I want to do, because we mentioned it last time, because we left a whole bunch of fuel up in space.
And actually, this would be... You definitely want to take this to Minimus, yeah.
Oh, it's much bigger. Okay. We got a new parachute, so it's like, is it better?
Don't mess with the parachutes.
Okay. Where is it? Docking clamp on the fuel tank. In case somebody wants to use it.
Borrow that in the future.
In the future. There it is. Okay. Put it near the top.
Sure.
Should I put one on this?
No.
Optimistically?
There's
okay.
not enough space.
There's not.
Also, you're going to use all that fuel.
Okay. USS not likely.
Minimus edition.
Minimum edition.
Oh, minimum edition.
It's deeply inaccurate. Okay. So, who's excited to see this fall over on the launch pad?
I think that'll just launch at the appropriate angle to...
immediately get into orbit?
Yeah, to have a gravity turn. Or the rest of the rocket will shear off and explode on the launch pad before you can take off. Those are my 2 guesses.
Those are your 2 guesses? Let's see. Okay, physics is... Well, it's stayed so far. Let's enable SAS. That'll help. And I'm terrified.
Yeah, just go. Go for launch. See, it was fine.
How was that fine?
It was totally fine.
It was actually totally fine. That was... Forgot we had these.
Just, Idra Kerman has been having some experience in all those plane flights.
Yep.
So she needs
Oh, right,
a
she
little
did.
added excitement, for a rocket flight, which is so likely going to just succeed. You are going a little bit fast if you don't want to...
These are solid.
Oh, right, these are solid.
These are solid.
I always forget that on this thing. It's going to do what it's going to do.
It's going to go terrifyingly fast.
You didn't need all those RCS tanks anyway, so it'll be fine.
They're very important for ballast reasons. Nothing's gonna... Okay, now we're... Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Fine.
That's why you don't have fins on the side.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's flipping a little sideways. You're just spinning the rocket up to get the
It's the
get the fuel down into the turbo pumps, right?
should actually like okay. Let's turn on RCS. There we go.
Yeah, you seem to have more or less almost regained control of this thing.
I mean, I barely need to. I could have waited to enable these even. A little too much. Okay. Probably want to try to fix that a little bit.
No, you don't want to be exactly on the elliptic because minimus is 15 degrees off.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're not going to be exactly on the elliptic.
You want to be on
a better
on the correct plane, which
yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I'm just saying don't spend too much time trying to get elliptical because you don't need to be elliptical.
Mm-hmm.
You probably do want to set minimus as your target, though.
Not quite yet.
No?
I want to get in orbit first, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm not... I mean, I could.
I'm just saying setting it as your target would show you what inclination
oh, it would.
you
Yeah,
need
it
to
would.
be in.
That's true. Where is that further out one?
All right. So you're almost perfectly opposite that. Not bad.
Hello? I want to put a new maneuver down there. There we go. Have all this fuel, we might as well waste it.
Keep yawning so much.
That's fine. Not much sleep last night?
I tried to get a fair amount of sleep. I don't know.
Very hot. I'm sure that helps.
It's way too damn hot.
It's too hot for everything right now. Like, I just like going outside makes you tired. It doesn't matter how much sleep you got.
In fact, I think I was fine when I woke up, and then I walked.
Then you walked to your car, and then walked
to the car,
here.
and then walked to the office from the parking lot.
And that'll do it. That'll make you wish you could just like lie down, put on the air conditioning.
I wanted to take a nap halfway between Chipotle and the office, so
I don't blame you. It's you know what I did this weekend? I played golf.
That sounds like a terrible idea. Why did
Luckily,
you play golf?
we did the smart thing. We played golf at 6 a.m.
Okay.
So it didn't get.
That's too early to get drunk.
We didn't get drunk at all. There's no drinking.
And you were playing golf.
And we were playing golf.
All right. So you weren't doing that right.
I didn't know that's how you're supposed to play golf. I'm sorry.
I thought drunk was how you're supposed to play golf. I don't know.
Oh, it is at a slight angle. Okay.
I don't know these things.
Yeah. So, but it got disturbingly hot by 9 a.m. Like.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Uncomfortable, like not dangerous, not as hot as it gets by 10 a.m. Like we left at 10 a.m. because we were just like we skipped a hole and then did the last hole and was like it's getting too hot, we need to leave by 10 a.m.
Yeah, and you telling me this like I don't live in Los Angeles?
I'm telling it for people who don't live in Los Angeles.
I really, this is something I think I have to look into historically. Like why people ever chose to live here?
Mm-hmm. Who did it? Okay.
It's not quite as bad as Vegas. Vegas has been over 110 for most of this last week.
110?
110.
Like, the trick with Vegas is, though, that, like, no one actually lives
You can't actually go from one side of Las Vegas to the other side of Las Vegas without ever leaving the air conditioning.
And no one actually lives there.
People live there.
I know, but less.
Yeah, but a bunch.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't know what redeeming qualities Los Angeles has 9 or 10 months out of the year.
What are the redeeming qualities Vegas has?
Well, the nice thing about Las Vegas was it was like I mean, the reason that Las Vegas exists is because it used to be small and then it got big.
Okay. But isn't that how...
I mean, I guess technically that's why everything is the way it is. If you look abstractly enough, I don't know.
I'm sure the reason... Actually, no. Like, San Francisco is a way better port city than Los Angeles, isn't it? Yeah, like all the things I keep coming up with are like, no, North Cal's got that better.
Technically, the reason Vegas exists is because you can gamble in Nevada.
Yes.
That's pretty much the only reason. There wasn't gold here.
Not in this part. We're in the wrong part. Whoops.
Got rid of that space junk.
No, we don't need that space junk. Okay, we're still on an intercept course.
Hey, Canola guys.
Welcome, Canola.
You got here.
We're trying to land on Minimus.
And discussing why no one should ever live in Los Angeles because it's not fair how hot it gets.
Here, we want to move it there, and we want to try to make ourselves orbit this planet. Is that?
Is what?
Is that an orbit of Minimus?
No.
No, that's not.
That's an orbit of Kerbin at the same distance as Minimus.
That's for leaving Minimus. Right, we need to, like, do weird things, because Minimus is... There, it was right there. There it is. Okay.
Yep, that's an orbit.
That's an orbit. So yeah, we're headed off to Minimus with this little lander we've got. Last week we crashed this on the moon, so now we're gonna crash this.
We
didn't
crash exactly the same one. We've got better legs on this one.
It's better.
It's much less top heavy. It's still top heavy, but less so.
I was just making sure I preserved the science.
Science capabilities?
Yeah. All the things.
That'd be about the right time to end the stream if we land on Minimus, but we didn't bring experiments.
Mm-hmm. Would you be happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, about 10 seconds, I'm going to start the burn.
And...
Okay.
This is our Minimus insertion burn, correct?
Yeah. See if that worked. Oh yeah, it works. We're here on Minimus.
So now you just need to be much lower.
Yeah. But first, we're going to do an EVA.
Okay.
Because we can do a little EVA report. And let's send that home. It's working, right? Yep, we got a nice connection to Kerbin. Good.
Nice. What we should have done is if we'd put even more crap on this rocket, we could have launched the satellite from here.
Oh, left.
And then left the satellite there, then landed on Kerbin.
Oh, that would have been smart. We should have done that. I didn't think about that.
Well, for our Duna lander, the Duna lander will come with its own satellite.
Just leave a satellite around Duna? Yeah.
In a high orbit like that, if you just picked it out of the fucking airlock.
Man, I wish Kerbal Space Program worked like that.
You could kick a satellite out of an airlock?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it should if you could build a small enough satellite.
It would have been a little tricky.
If we have a cargo bay, like, we could actually do that.
No, I don't think you need a parachute.
A cargo bay.
Or a cargo bay. You could go on top of the
parachute.
parachute.
Yeah. You could.
Or you could put both things, like, back to back, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez. This fucking maneuver right. Let's turn off our engine, basically.
I don't know. You know, I would kind of like to see loading a lander in upside down in the rocket fairing, like the lander can. Or you're not allowed to do that?
No, you can do that. What do you want to do that for?
Because then you'd have more surface on the back of it to mate to a satellite.
Oh.
And then you could have a decoupler.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, totally.
Attaching those two together.
Mm-hmm. If you want to come up with, like, some stupid, crazy mission plans, you should come up with some stupid, crazy mission plans.
I'm better at coming up with them when we've just nearly forgotten to do stuff.
Okay. Sorry. That's fine.
That's my specialty.
I suggested stacking satellites on top of each other, but this is the right way to do that.
Yeah, well, you suggested stacking the two of the same satellite on top of each other, but we couldn't have the one rocket go to two interesting places. But this way, we'd be having two missions on the same rocket going to the same place.
Yes.
This is going to take, like, weeks for you to get all the way down.
I mean, we're down, like...
Don't land on the dark side of Minimus.
That's... Okay, I'll raise that up a little bit.
The dark side of Minimus is not the side that is dark.
It's the side that's away from Kerbin.
Yes.
We made that mistake last time.
The dark side is currently the side that is lit up.
Yeah. I want that to be not the way it is, though.
No, you would prefer to land on the daytime side of Kerbin, where the daytime side of Kerbin...
We forgot to add lights! Damn it.
We did forget to add lights.
They're so nice for landing, because they, like, show you where you're landing. Also, you can land into the dark then. It works.
If you get down to just a low circular orbit, we can just leave this guy here until...
No, we can just accelerate.
Yeah, we can leave it here until the sunlight is in the part of Kerbin you want. Or you could land on the dark side of Kerbin and we could launch another damn satellite. We know that works now.
We know that works, yeah. Proved it.
The mission is no longer spaceplane to orbit.
It is not. Okay, so we're in a pretty low orbit around Minimus. So now let's just wait until this... Okay, so we want... Where do we want to be in relation to Kerbin, right? Because the sun's coming from that way, so we want to be like here or something?
Kerbin is in the middle. So
yeah,
we want to land on this side.
We want to land on that side.
Yes. The side that if you look up, you could see Kerbin.
But we want that to be light.
But you do want to wait until that gets light if you want to see where you're going. We didn't on the moon. Did we? I don't remember if we did or not.
We did. We did land on the light side. The light side happened to be the dark side, so that's why we landed on the dark side. I know
daytime and nighttime side, light and dark side.
We landed on the daytime side, which happened to be the dark side.
Yes.
So
we should land on the light side, which happens to be nighttime.
I would like to wait until it's daytime.
Okay, fine. You also need to be in a much lower orbit, don't you?
We're oh yeah, we're still pretty high. We're way higher than I thought we were. I always forget Minimus is this.
Minimus is the size of a golf ball.
It's a space golf ball. Yeah, that's a little low. That's about where we want to be. I think maybe 10,000?
Make it 10, yeah. And then you're going to try and land where your periapsis currently is.
Yeah.
Or, within a few degrees of that.
11, that's close enough. I hate Minimus. My RCS moves the the maneuver nodes so much. Okay. Also takes like a week to get around Minimus.
Well, all this Minimus action...
Our orbital velocity will be really slow, which is nice for landing. But what were you going to say?
Well, the closer you get, it'll actually be faster.
Right.
I was going to say this will be nice for skipping some time for all those satellite recon missions we got to do.
You want to check on? Let's check on. Actually, let's check on Minimus real quick, because while we're here.
Oh yeah, rescan the map.
You know, I don't think it's scanning great because it's we're unlucky. I is my guess. Like it loses because you can see the line goes off that way. That's the other one. Oh no, no. This one isn't showing the other one. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's in a pretty wide orbit, so maybe it needs to be a little bit tighter and a little bit more inclined.
It might need to be a little bit more inclined. No, we didn't make the inclination change. That was it. Remember?
Oh, yeah, well, no, we just didn't make the inclination change.
Because we couldn't. Because it was, yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay.
All right. So we will be launching that relay satellite to Kerbin then. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could also just wait for the satellite to be on the opposite side of Kerbin, but presumably a mapping satellite would work better if it could transmit data from the dark side?
Presumably.
I'm not a doctor, but... Warpity, warp.
How? Okay. How much warp am I going to have to do to make this change? The light and the dark. Or the day and the night.
Okay, so the Minimus is further out than the moon.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you have to wait for the Earth's moon to go from dark to light?
Oh no, like a month?
And then, so this is 4 times further out.
Yeah, so a year?
6 months?
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, great. We're gonna land on the dark side.
Oh, we're gonna land on the dark side? Okay.
I mean, we're gonna land on the light side. But,
we're landing on the light side, the dark side, the night side, the day
We're
side.
landing on the night side.
Okay.
Which is
the light side and the night side.
We're the light side and the night side. Yes. This is too confusing. Why do they have to rhyme also? Okay.
I mean, the dark side, day side might be better, but
actually, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do this. I want to just go here and then burn retro. Let's look at our map real quick.
My only concern with landing on the actual
night
side is that there is actual zero light. Like
like 0, 0, yes.
0. Like, remember our moon lander?
I mean, we could just land on.
I think if you want to not
I
wait
think that
a month,
looks. I mean, that looks like probably a good place to land, right? Like in this
plenty flat.
In this nice. So is that? I think that's this shape.
I am maintaining that I am not a doctor.
Yes. Well, I accept that you're not a doctor, but that's still the right shape. So, actually, if we want to land there, we should probably think about landing now.
Now? Later?
Now.
Always a good time.
Definitely now. Okay. So we want to have no lateral velocity, because that's really what screwed us again last time.
If you cancel all of your orbital velocity, you should just fall. You ain't gonna fall awful quick, but you'll fall.
Okay. Where is our...
You're falling.
We're falling. I know we're falling, but I want to... We're still falling in a direction.
Your horizontal speed's only 18 meters a second.
That's too much.
At this point, it's
actually
not.
It's slowing down.
At this point, it is not too much because you're very high up.
Yes. We're... What? Oh no. This map lied to me.
How did the map lie to you?
Well, maybe I lied to the map. Are we actually losing? Because it looks like we're losing lateral speed. Are we actually losing horizontal speed? No, we're not.
Horizontal speed is staying steady. That's fine.
Okay.
because you're going to need to reignite your engines at some point, and then you're going to be pushing yourself up and down and sideways in all kinds of directions.
I kind of want to just move us a little bit, because I think we're in the worst possible place to land. So I want to burn.
This is also why you shouldn't try and cancel out your horizontal velocity yet, because you might change your mind. Oh, flipping the long way over, alright.
Well, yes, I didn't realize. Okay, so we're going to go. That is.
You can also accelerate straight downwards. Like, that's not the right thing to do.
Trying to change directions, but I changed the direction backwards,
so the lying map lied to you.
Okay, so we're currently going that way, and we want to be going. This is okay. That's this way. We want to go this way. Tilt us here. Now we're going to stop. There we go.
Now you're going too fast sideways.
Now we're definitely going too fast sideways. I'm going to warp us to here.
Actually, wait. No, you're not going any faster sideways than you were before. Never mind.
We have to be, though.
No, you're not.
I just shot us sideways. Is that... No, it's about the same. I don't understand. Well, nope, stop.
Okay, now you need to ditch that stage real quick. And right yourself and just burn. Because you need to bleed off 140.
In like 10 feet. This
is not happening. Well, I think you've successfully stranded someone on Minimus.
Well, that's what we promised. That was as promised.
I was hoping the longer legs would prevent the shearing off of the engine.
I don't know how that even... you noticed that the game glitched at that point, right?
Yeah, it didn't want to show us quite what happened. Whoop. You do another couple flips like that and you'll be fine.
Actually, you know what I should start doing is I should use... Need to go that way.
I don't think your RCS is going to really be enough to kill your horizontal velocity.
It kind of is.
You just kind of got to bounce. See?
We're successful.
You successfully land.
We successfully land.
It's perfect. This is how the ship was launched. There's never an engine.
I'm just so part of me is so happy that we managed to blow up this engine too, and nothing else. Like everything else survives.
Yeah, all the RCS tanks, everything. Wow. Well, let's do some science here and now.
So we
and then we need to launch a fucking satellite to recover this science.
No, it's actually working.
Oh, we're actually transmitting? How? Oh, I guess we're just on the equator enough.
Just.
You can send a message through the ice.
Yep.
Oh, no, not the equator. The,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The apparent rim of the world.
Yeah. Climb down this ladder.
There's a word for that, but I can't think of what it is in not flat Earth.
Okay, let's take an EVA report and let's take a surface sample.
Okay,
you know what I should do?
You can get an EVA report while jumping.
Yeah, so I should get back and I'm gonna. Oh, come on.
Just use both hands and then hit the mouse button.
No, I need to capture our other EVA report. I don't think she can hold two.
Oh, right, true.
There we go. That was beautiful. The surface doesn't seem very
sticky,
surfacey. Okay,
there you go.
That's one way to get onto a ladder.
I'm surprised transferring between the two ladders isn't more of an ordeal.
It seems to work fine. Okay, so now we want to send all this data.
Okay. Science added.
And EVA.
Just jump from there. Wasn't that way easier than trying to get all the way down to the ground?
Yeah, I didn't expect that to work, though. Like, I forgot how light gravity is here. Okay, let's transfer this. Done.
And now poor Idra Kerman lives here forever.
Do we just stick a Kerbal on every interstellar body? Is that our victory condition?
Yeah, they'll eventually go colonize the oceans. Don't worry about it.
I just want to see how much science we have, like, because we.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got to see how much science we have, and we can.
That's some science, man.
That is some serious science. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We could keep going further if you want to try something else. The only problem is like a mission for us is usually like 2.5 hours long.
No,
so I don't know if we want to do another whole mission.
I think it's time to call it and not do another whole mission because we're like.
I would say if we hadn't landed right on the edge, we should totally have launched a satellite, but we don't need to put the communication satellite up there.
Yeah.
Oh, what we should do, because we will forget otherwise. So let's polarize that orbit if we can.
Right. Yes.
We ought to be able to, because we now have a land station that can act as a relay.
A land relay station.
Yeah. On Minimus.
Okay, so that was the
Moon and Bust?
It's the Moon and Bust.
All right.
And it's totally working as a relay station. That's amazing.
And then I guess really, Duna is the next frontier after this.
Well, so the game wants us to.
Do all sorts of stuff, but all right, fine, we can.
I'm just saying that the game wants us to do a proper Apollo mission next. But
proper Apollo mission sounds hard.
It does sound hard.
You know they had the whole fucking United States government working on it, right?
They did.
Hey, Real Life Fenbot, thank you for subscribing.
They did have the whole everyone working on that, but that's what I think the mission after that would be Duna. I'm not sure. But we could just go to Duna too. Just get a whole bunch of science, make it easier to do the Apollo mission.
I think so.
I kind of want to. You know what I kind of want to do, but we probably couldn't, is a rover mission to Duna or something like that. But not send a Kerbal there. We could definitely send a satellite there.
You want to do an automated rover?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I will look. I will read up and find out how to do that.
Those aren't that hard.
They're not that hard. We might need it.
The landing is going to be the hard part.
Yes, but this time we're not going to necessarily want to bring it home. So.
Oh, bringing a rover home, not a thing.
Not a thing. Like when the engine explodes on a rocket, we're not going to mind that much.
Technically, I mean, if you want to do, if we want to duplicate NASA missions.
There we go.
I would want to duplicate the Curiosity mission.
The Curiosity mission is the one with the
7 minutes of terror. They have a rocket crane. It's a crane, and they lower it down from
How could we do that?
Okay, we couldn't do a crane, but what you could do is you could have a platform that you drive off of that doesn't actually land.
Oh, okay. You want to spend a minute and see if we could even...
Oh, we're not now going to
We can hypothetically, but... Can we even build a platform?
Yeah, why can't you build a platform?
What do you build a platform out of?
Wing or some shit? I don't know.
Just stick some wings together? How high do you want it to be?
I don't know. You probably want it to land... Like,
I feel like it's easier to just land something,
yeah,
and then drive a rover out of that. But I could be wrong.
We're gonna need a really big thing, though.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need a real big thing.
Because the rover's got to be at least that big.
But yeah. I don't know, like
you got to give it a base. That's not how you do a rover.
What, put like a service bay underneath? I should
There
look up
is
what
a rover base.
There is a rover base?
Mm-hmm. We don't have it yet. In fact, actually, the rover base may even be a cockpit. Or maybe a root object.
You mean the empty chair?
No. Something specifically, I believe it's in rover
Field
science. This.
Oh, yeah.
Probodyne Rovemate.
Yeah. Probodyne Rovemate. That would help.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the external command seat is.
Yeah. No, I think we need this before we build a rover.
Okay. Yeah.
And we
can get this right now, actually.
We could get this right now, but then we wouldn't have enough to do anything else.
Yes, that's true.
So, because I think we'll also need this to be very big.
This rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be able to do... Okay, so this will go to Minimus, because we can drill on Minimus and on the moon and stuff. And that'll get us even more science.
Yeah. Send a close range rover.
Oh, that's even more science.
No, there's so much more science to do.
Surface scanning module.
So, okay, this thing... Okay, so there's ore processing. Yeah, there's this thing, which converts ore into fuel.
Directly into fuel.
So, like, you can mine, which seems kind of awesome.
That's later. Okay,
that's a little later, yeah. We're pretty close, but...
Here's a question. Mm-hmm. Do you think in this pack of science here, we could get enough...
Science to get a different pack?
Well, no, if we stuck all this stuff on our lander and crashed it back into Moon and Minimus, we would have enough to get 2 more packs.
2 more packs?
At least 1 more pack. I mean, just,
Probably?
Well, then maybe we should do that next time.
Yeah, just... Okay, I will look into these parts.
We'll look into the more science and see if that's a thing we want to do.
I think that's
so we're gonna call that here. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you all for watching and laughing along with us and giving us suggestions on how to build space planes. Even though we still don't know how to build a space plane. Space planes suck. Rockets are cool. What do we have coming up for you on this week on Schmuckco?
I know what's happening tomorrow.
You know what's happening tomorrow. Tell the people what's happening tomorrow.
Me and Malcolm are going to come in and we're going to play some Player Unknown's Battlegrounds?
Player Unknown's Battlegrounds.
Yes.
That's interesting because also on Friday, me, Malcolm, and Steven, who the viewers at home may not know, but he's a friend of the channel. He goes by LN3000 in the chat, and he and I are going to play some Player Unknown Battlegrounds, and I believe Malcolm was going to...
Am I wrong about Tuesday?
Tell us how that was going to work.
I could be wrong about Tuesday.
I think Malcolm wants to play a lot of Battlegrounds. And then on Wednesday, we've got Partners in Crime, where Jordana and Alan are going to be playing through XCOM 2, saving the world from aliens. On Thursdays, of course, it's Lasers and Lore.
They've been playing... They told me what they were playing through, and I don't remember. Oh, no.
Well,
it's not Destiny,
If it's Alan and Malcolm, they're going to be playing Terraria. If it's Alan and Gus, they'll be playing Destiny.
Yeah.
If it's Alan and somebody else, I don't know what they'll be playing. And like on Friday, I said on Friday, it's going to be special stream with me and Steven and whoever around the office. Steven's going to be remote, but whoever wants to, whoever's in the office may join me. We're going to be playing some Battlegrounds. And then on Monday, we're back. Shadow of Mordor.
Right.
That is what Alan and Malcolm are playing. So then on Monday, we've got this show, Zero Hours Played.
We're going to build some relay stations.
Do those things that we
We're
just
build
said.
rovers.
Until next time.
Yes. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Stay weird, everyone. I will see you next week. Goodbye.